What's good, everybody? Y'all know who it is. It's your boy, the Grandmaster Troll, here to give you some good trolling content that YouTube has to offer. Shout out to the Reject Army, Nif9s, Dishwashers, Bedwetters, Gorilla Simps, Stream Team 3.0, the single ladies on Valentine's Day. But most importantly, witness the power in the mic that is the most dangerous troll on YouTube. So this will be a different kind of stream. This is going to be another how-to stream. So I'm going to check out the people in the chat room. Debo, Real Gamer, JBM93 coming in. Debo says, I be wrench trolling, too many wrenches, not enough nails, laugh my ass off. Well, I just unblocked everybody that the people with wrenches have blocked. But today is going to be a different kind of stream because we just talk about things with the YouTube channel. And I may edit a whole vlog or do an officiating video and actually show you guys how I make them from start to finish. One, so I could get paid, because it really takes a long time to, takes a long time to edit these videos, as Justin Marks comes through with a $3 super sticker. Salute to him. But we're just going to talk about the channel and vlogs. So let me guys know if you want to see me edit our car vlog video. I've been waiting to do this video ever since last weekend. I just been stumbling my feet to do it. Or do you want to see me make an officiating video? Let me know in the chat. But right now the car vlog is going to be #1. So if y'all could get me to change my mind, I will change my mind. But title of this one is how to use Premeire Pro, changing channel name. Now I'm not changing the title of this channel. This one will stay Life of Grandmaster Troll. But as you can see here from what I will show you guys, I've changed the name of my officiating channel. Let's see if I could get it to pop up. Oh no, it's black. This right here should do the trick. Right here, do the trick. So I had it at Smooth Officiating, but now it's Grandmaster Troll Officiating. We're going to take the brand to another level. We're going to Grandmaster Troll everything. So go check out. Let's see if I could click on the channel right here. Go check out the Grandmaster Troll officiating channel. I just uploaded some GoPro images. I just put those on YouTube. So if I were to click on them and actually do a breakdown, and I could teach my officials about officiating. I have a point of view cam so you can actually see what the referee sees. So check out that video. But let me know if you want to learn how to use Premeire Pro the vlog, or do you want to see me create an officiating tutorial video. Let me know. Right now it's going to be the vlog. We got AJ Sing Red coming through with a $5 super chat. So without further ado, we're going to go ahead and we're going to start with the Premeire Pro tutorial as soon as I could find the window for it right here. So this is Premeire Pro. As you can see, I already started on the vlog. I just put 2 clips in. Really haven't done much of anything. Let's see, what do I need? I gotta bring in some images. I could already tell. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna bring in this nice arrow right here. We're going to bring in this nice arrow because I'm going to use this one to point with. We got Real Gamer with a $5 super chat. Says, appreciate this educational trolling content. Okay. So one of the first things you got to do with Premeire Pro after you name the title and do all of that stuff, the very first thing you got to do is you got to put all of your video files in this box right here. You got to put them in this box right here. So this is where you drag all your memory storage, whether it be USB or SD card. You're going to drag them here. You'll be able to watch the clips here, and then you'll be able to put the clips and drag them onto the track. And then if you click this play button right, oh, hold on, bring that back. If you click this play button right here, you'll be able to review your edit. So you drag them here, you sort them through here, then you're going to drag them onto here, then you'll be able to play it through there. So how I do my vlogs is I usually start my vlogs from the very beginning and work myself way to the end of the day. Then once I have the whole vlog completes it, I then decide if I want to add sound effects and what kind of music do I want, and if I want to add some B-roll shots, I'll put that as in the end. And if I want to use clips from YouTube, I record them from YouTube and then drag them back onto the track. So one of the first things you gotta do to make everything run smoothly, you have to create proxies. So you would highlight your work area, which is here. This window, you're gonna highlight all of these. So I'm gonna see if it'll let me highlight and you'll be able to see it. Let's see if it'll let me do it or not. Cancel. Okay, so right now they're all highlighted. Let's see if y'all can see that. Yes, you can. You're going to right click on it. You're going to go to proxies. You're going to create proxies. I've already created a proxy. You're going to set it to H.264, and you're going to use the high resolution, which I already have. Let's see if you guys can see it on the playback. Let's see if they can see it on the playback. And you're just going to click OK, and it's going to encode everything that way. That way, when you review your edit, it won't be skippy, it won't be buffering or anything like that. We got quick shot satisfaction. He says, life of a Grandmaster Troll. Gonna catch the replay piece. Premeire Pro is good. Maybe not for beginners. Oh, I believe Premeire Pro is great for beginners because there's a bunch of tutorial videos on it. It's not that hard. So what we're gonna do now is I'm gonna play a clip and see if it'll play through the OBS, because right now the picture for whatever reason isn't showing up, but it's appearing on my Premeire Pro. So let's see what happens, and you'll be able to hear what I'm saying. So I'm gonna drag this right here, so you'll just see this line right here move from here to there. So we're gonna focus on this little line right here. That's basically the playback. So if I hit play, I know who it is. It's your boy, the Grandmaster Troll. Y'all can see I'm suited and booted up live from life. So shout out to the FBI, shout out to the CIA. So that basically got to the end of that clip right there. So what I wanted to do, because since I'm trolling a particular YouTuber by the name of Kitten Hill Samuels in this vlog, I'm actually going to put some of his content into the vlog. So the reason how I get most of my clips, most of my sound bites, I get them all from YouTube. I get everything from YouTube. So it looks like you guys couldn't actually see the clip because the screen is black for some reason. So you won't be able to see it, but you'll be able to hear it. So since I'm trolling Kevin Samuels, I'm going to need some of his content when he's out and about. So we just put in Kevin Samuels right here. We go to his videos. Let's see. He has one where he's out. I don't think that's one I want to use. I want to one where he was out and about. We're going to use this live from LA clip right here. We're going to go ahead and mute that and let it play the ad. Oh, Kevin Samuels making some money. We got a double ad right here.
What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? What's up?
So basically, I'm looking for Kevin Samuels to say shout out to the FBI or the CIA, and that's what I want to use for my vlog.
Back, baby. Live from Life, LA, Beverly Hills, where I want to be. One love, FBI. What's
There we go. So now since you did that 25, I could take
going
what?
on, people? Your Godfather's out and about here in beautiful Los Angeles.
So I'm gonna take the first 43 seconds of this clip. Now, if I want the clip to look like this, it'll look like that. But if I wanted to just get the screen capture of it, I'll just go to a different window. Let me make it appear again. Bam. So now I get something a bit closer. I want to go ahead and adjust the window just a little bit so he's not so much zoomed in. So we're going to take a little bit from the left and just, you can see the screen slightly move because we want the box to be perfect. Somebody says I'm giving them the sauce. And Ariana says, no, there's no strags and Pookie when the stream is educational. Explains so much. That's right. Whenever you talking about something educational as a black man, you won't get that many followers. And we wonder why we have all of these gangster rappers, all these rappers who rap about Molly, Percocet, having sex with all these bitches in their lives that they may come across. Well, this is why. Because if they were to talk about something educational, you wouldn't pay them money. But the minute they start talking about dysfunction, doxing, and all of that, record execs are throwing them money. You guys will line up and sell out their concerts whenever they go live from Instagram, beefing with another content curator. Y'all will watch. But when they're doing something educational, for whatever reason, you guys don't want to watch black males. Alright, so now we got our window set. I'm going to go ahead and click the start recording button. If things get a little choppy or buffering, it's only because I'm streaming, recording, and running Premeire Pro at the same time. But this is just a test. This is why I have this channel, so I could do these tests. So when I get more advanced at my editing skills, I will already know what to expect. So since I don't want myself in my own vlog clip in this little window right here, I'm going to make myself go bye-bye. We're going to hit the start recording button, and we're going to play the very first 40 seconds.
Where it's 60 degrees. What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? What's up? We are back, baby. Live from Life, LA, Beverly Hills, where I want to be. Living in Beverly Hills. Shout out to the CIA. One love, FBI. What's going on, people? Your Godfather's out and about here in beautiful Los Angeles, where it's 60 degrees.
So that's about all I need. So I hit the stop recording button. Now I have the clip. I go to where I have the clip saved into my computer. Let's go back to the Premeire Pro because I want you guys to watch me drag it on over. Refine said clip. Make Premeire Pro on top. Find said clip. And just copy it on over in that clip that we just created through OBS on YouTube. Let's see if I can find it. Now it's up there, button, and we're going to play the very first 40 seconds.
where it's 60 degrees. What's going on? What's going on? What's going on?
So now that we have the clip, now I gotta decide which part of the clip do I want to add in certain parts. So that's going to be a little bit more difficult. Now, unfortunately, I'm looking at my YouTube channel. You guys can't see the video because for whatever reason, it's not showing on OBS. It will usually play the clip right here, and it'll usually play my full edit to what I've done so far right here. So now, since I want them to match because I'm trolling him and I'm trying to tell this story as I troll your boy Kevin Samuels, or Kitten Heels as you guys call him, I gotta go back to my work area and go to the first clip after my intro, play it. How are y'all doing? Y'all know who it is. It's your boy, the Grandmaster Troll. Y'all can see I'm suited and booted up live from life. So shout out to the FBI, shout out to the CIA. Okay, so I said I was live from life. Shout out to the FBI and CIA. So I want to get that from Kevin Samuel. So I'm going to go ahead and play his clip. So you guys will be able to see this dot right here. So whenever I get to the part I want to start at, I'm going to click the I button and you'll see like a bracket appear. And I'm going to hit the O button. You'll see another bracket appear. And once I have that, I'm going to drag it on to this area and put that next up in the track. So let's see how that works.
What's going on? What's going on? What's up? We are back, baby. Live from life.
Okay, so we said live from life. So I'm going to back it up right here. Click.
From life.
Wasn't back far enough, so I'm going to drag it back a little bit more, a couple more frames.
Live from life.
Hit the O button and you can see it right there. I have my in point and I have my out point. So now I'm going to drag this onto the track just by clicking anywhere on the box. Couple of things I want to point out. If you just want the audio, you're going to hit this part right here on the right. And if you just want the video, you're going to drag this box and that will give you the video. If you want both audio and the video, you're going to basically drag from the video. You guys can't see the video because it's black, but we're going to drag it onto the track. And now you guys see it on the track right here. Now, for whatever reason, whenever I drag stuff through OBS onto the track, it doubles up the audio. So the top part right here is the video portion. The track below it is the audio. And there's other tracks. If you want to add more audio like sound effects, you'll drag that and that'll appear as well. But right now, it's double. That's why when I played it, it sounds like there's a slight echo because the audio is double. So to get rid of that echo, we're going to unlink these because they're connected, and then we'll be able to delete it. So we're going to go ahead and do that. Click unlink, and then we'll click on the audio we want deleted. And when we go back and play it, the echo is going to be gone.
Live from life.
So it sounded real good. Now when I played it, it didn't fill up the whole box. So to make the box fill up the whole box, so there's not a bunch of black, like a black border around it, we just click on the video, right click, and we hit scale the frame size. Then when we go back and play it, we see that the proper scale is in place. And that's how you move a clip that's how you move and edit a clip from the work area onto your track so you can see it in the edit. That's how it works. So now we got that part. I'm just going to run through a couple of things real quick and see if I could build out this edit real quick. So you're gonna see me basically edit this vlog right here.
LA, Beverly Hills, where I want to be, living in Beverly Hills.
So right now I'm just looking to get to the spot that I want to use. I'm not going to use all of this video. I'm just waiting for him to say FBI and CIA.
Shout out to the CIA.
There we go. So I'm going to stop it, bring it back, hit the I button. You'll see the bracket appear and you'll see it be highlighted.
Shout out to the CIA. One love, FBI. What's going on, people?
Then I'm going to stop it right here, drag it onto the track. You'll see it get dragged on, unlink it, and delete. Now I'm going to go back to my work area. I'm going to go back to C0223 because that's the first clips I want to use. So all these are numbered. So all the ones that say C0223, that's all from my Sony A64 camera. Then when you slide down, you see the DJI, that's the drone footage that I have. And then the GHO, that's all of the GoPro footage that I have. And then the GMT Racing end card is basically the end card that you see after all my audio vlogs. And my intro is basically the whole intro. So basically when I did the intro, I made a video, saved it, and let that be the intro so I could keep using that intro over and over instead of having to keep creating the same intro. So I basically save a little bit of time and a little bit of work. So I'm gonna go back to my vlog. It is Sweater Saturday. Okay, so that's the part I want. Weather. Ooh. Okay. Weather Saturday. It's your boy, the Godson, Sweater Smitten Samuels, and I'm here in sunny Union City. There's a couple of cars lined up. So I'm gonna stop it where I said Sweater Smitten Samuels, the Godson. Sweater Smitten Samuels, and I'm here in sunny Union City. There's a couple of cars lined up. Gotta back it up again because I missed it. Sweater Smitten Samuels, and I'm okay. Bam! Hit the out button, drag it onto the track. Let me play that one more time to make sure I got it right. Make sure I got it right. Hold on. I'll play it from the edit list right here. Saturday, it's your boy, the Godson, Sweater. Okay, the Godson. So now we're going to go back to that Kevin Samuels clip and we're going to wait to where he calls himself the Godfather.
The Godfather is out and about.
There we go. So we're going to hit the I right there.
The Godfather is out and about here.
Bam, we're going to drag it onto the track. And since we got the double audio, we're going to go ahead and unlink it and delete the bottom. And that's pretty much it. So we're going to go back to that first clip and we're just going to edit the whole vlog. It's Sweater Saturday. It's your boy, the Godson, Sweater Smitten Samuels, and I'm here in sunny Union City. There's a couple of cars lined up. We're doing another car meet, another car rally. So I'm gonna introduce you to some of the people and some of the cars that they're driving. But we are gonna troll your boy Kevin Samuels. So with that said, let's get right to it. So bam, the camera cut away. So we're gonna stop it right there. We're gonna drag it onto the track. And now we're just gonna go back to our work area right here where the box is. Fast forward a little bit by dragging to where I start interviewing some of the people. So who's driving what? I want to know. Okay. Hit the I button. So who's driving what? I want to know who's driving what and what's been done to the car. Okay. So Victoria has the, what is this called right here?
This is a WRX.
I don't think that's a good idea.
Okay, okay.
So
Nastiest engine bay.
just has like basic bolt-ons and flex.
Okay, so I see you got all the carbon fiber pieces on it. You got the big wing on it like mine.
Yeah.
So what made you get this car?
I don't know. I've always liked Subarus, so it's just like a newer car, you know. So I was just like, I'll just buy this, and I've tracked it a couple of times. It's
Oh, you
pretty
took it
fun.
up to the track?
Yeah.
You took it up during COVID, or?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
so, yeah, not as much as I want to, but I mean, it is what it is with COVID.
Well, I definitely got to link up with you because I've been dying to get to the track for the first time in my life.
You should. If you come down, I'll definitely help you out.
So how's so my girl. Oh, I got you guys can't see her right now, which is good. So you guys gotta go to the Grandmaster Troll Racing channel, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. But your girl Victoria, oh my gosh, she is a bad Asian woman. She has a nice Subaru, so you're gonna want to check out her car. But I'm gonna go back into the edit and see where do I want to end it at. It's like driving this car on the track.
It's amazing.
Okay.
Yeah, it's really cool. I came from a Civic to an S2000 to this, and so pretty cool.
Okay.
Yeah.
So when you're on the track, do you race competitively or just doing it for joy?
No, I just do it for fun.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, like, I compete against myself, like the time and stuff. But,
It's a 19.
but it's fun. I just do it for fun.
Okay.
Maybe eventually I'll be competitive, but
Pain in the ass was one.
right now, I don't know.
So how fast is it? How many horsepower does it have?
Right now, I think I'm at 380.
Okay.
Yeah. And I was tuned by Baines. Tuning
Okay.
In San Jose.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go ahead and stop it right there because we got to a dead spot into the conversation. So I'm gonna take that whole clip and drag it down. Now when I do that, that is basically just me interviewing her. But I also got B-roll footage of her car. So as she's talking about her car, instead of just keeping the camera on her, I'm going to cut away to the car that she's talking about. So who's ever watching the video could better see the car. And when she talks about the features of her car, like the engine, I have B-roll footage of the engine, so as she's talking about it, it'll cut to that. But I'm going to layer that after I do the whole interview first. So we're going to go ahead and play it and see where do I want to pick up again. And so do Bangs, do they just tune like
He's known.
back it up just a little bit, hit the I. Bangs, do they just tune like
He's known for Evos, but I think he tunes like Hondas, Subarus. He's getting really popular in
Okay.
GTRs and stuff like that.
Okay. So he does all the Japanese sports cars?
Yeah.
Does he do any of the American sports cars?
I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not too sure. You could definitely ask, but
Okay.
I'm not too sure. I know he wants to like branch out and do like other cars and learn
Okay.
other cars. but-
So this car have any special features?
No, do you want me to pop the hood for you?
Yes, pop the hood, pop the hood.
It's nothing special.
So I'm gonna stop it right there because she went to go pop the hood. Another thing I could do, which is very easy to basically set up future collaborations. Since she talked about Bane's tuning, I could put an ad or an Instagram or actually find something about Bane's tuning. I could do this whole video and I could say, hey, do you remember Victoria? I met her at such and such. We did a car run. She said she did Bane's tuning. I would like to work with you to get more of your work out there, because your customers who get your cars tuned at your shop like the services that you get out, and I want to partner with you. And that's how I guess people do different collaborations and get different sponsorships with different car companies. It's just little stuff like that. As you just talk with other people, how they got their cars built, other opportunities can open up for you. But we're going to go ahead and get back to the edit. I'm gonna do this for about 10 more minutes, and I actually might do a little bit of trolling. We got C Over in the building. He says, and I got a stream planned for DaVinci Resolve. So he's going to teach people how to do DaVinci Resolve. David Little says, I love it, GMT. Taking a break from the drama to education. That's right. That's right. So we're going to jump right back into the edit, because she's going to open the hood of this 380 horsepower Subaru.
I did. I found a company that did the center caps. Yeah. So they'd be matched, because I ain't seen no one else with the matching center caps.
I just got this hood.
Sequential? Oh yeah.
So now she's going to open it. I'm going to hit the I button. Now, just because I hit the I button at this point, it doesn't mean I have to start it at this point. I could always adjust it if I want to.
Pretty cool.
How much that hood run you? Like $3,000 for the carbon fiber?
It's enough to make my pockets hurt for sure, but I love it. I actually just got it like yesterday. So.
Okay, let's go.
All right, so this is the engine that's pumping out 380 horsepower.
Yeah, I just have flex fuel, intake, J pipe,
that close or not? Right?
EGR, TGV delete.
So I would turn on my rear view camera. Oh, okay, shit. I got hella.
Basic.
So I'm gonna stop it right there, because she really didn't give me much about the engine. She just said it was basic. So I'm gonna end it there and play it to see if I want to go further with the interview.
I just threw on the side up Android head unit.
Doesn't look
And
special.
the camera won't focus.
It
very
doesn't look
thorough.
special.
Ready to get.
So dude, have you ever like raced this car, like race this? Okay, I'm gonna pick up the interview right there. So dude, have you ever like raced this car, like race this car, or
Like drag raced it?
you know, like those baby road races where you're not really trying to race, you're just seeing where your car is at against other cars?
Yeah,
Okay.
I guess so. I raced a C8 like not too long ago,
Okay.
and like I kept up with it.
Okay.
I didn't beat it, of course, but I kept up.
Okay. Okay. So I'm gonna stop it right there and add that little clip. Now, since she raced the C8 Corvette, I could also, as instead of just showing the interview, I could show a picture of a C8 Corvette, or I could even show clips of a past video of a C8 Corvette and actually be able to link that onto the YouTube channel, so people are interested in what a C8 Corvette can do or what it looks like. I could do that as well.
It's like little races here and there with like Mustangs and stuff like that, but I drive like a grandma on the street.
You drive like a... So I'm gonna back it up, because I definitely want to use that as well.
Things and stuff like that, but I drive like a grandma on the street.
You drive like a grandma on the street. Is this manual, automatic, paddle
It's a
shift?
manual,
Manual,
yeah.
okay. Stop it right there. So I want to say I even got video footage of the inside of her car. I'm not sure. I got to see. I'm all about automatic. Okay, I'm gonna add that right there. So you can see that little blue bar moving. You can actually see me get through just one clip of this one video section. So I'm almost done with this part. About automatic, I don't know how to drive a manual yet.
Yeah, it's okay.
Now when I play this clip about not be able to drive in automatic, I could add a sound effect that can insinuate that I'm disappointed in myself, that I don't know how to drive a manual.
I drive an automatic every day. It's a daily. Yeah, that's it.
So give a walk around of the car. So now I'm just doing my basic B-roll. So when I want to use some of this, I'll be able to use that as well. But I typically add all my B-roll shots after I'm done with the whole edit. So I do the whole edit. Then if I want to put stuff either on top of the track so you just don't see the interview of me and her talking to it, it'll cut away to the different B-roll. But we're going to go to the next clip right here. Driver seat says this guy is impersonating Scottie Pippen. I have no idea how, but I interviewed somebody else about their car. So what is it about the Subaru brand that you all like?
For me,
Okay, so I was talking to all of them right here. Let's hit the end point. So what is it about the Subaru brand that you all like?
For me personally, I like the family. I feel like it's kind of like a family because every time you be driving down the road, you see another Subaru, you give them a wave, and
You're just like, "Ah."
yeah, I just really like that. So, and then everyone just helps each other out.
Okay.
That's what my experience. Everyone helps each other out.
So we're gonna stop it right there, drag that in. Bam. So when they were talking about the Subaru family and all of that, I could go to YouTube and find people who are involved in the Subaru community, and as they're waving by, I could add that in for a B-roll shot as well, as opposed to just watching us stand in the parking lot talk about cars. And you guys can't see the edit for some reason on YouTube. That's just the way it goes somehow. Yeah, I've been to a number of rallies, and all the people who have Subarus, they're like their own little family. So
Yeah.
they all do rallies together and stuff.
it's worth it. It's worth the purchase.
Take a gander over at this one right there. So I think I just filmed around these cars. More B-roll stuff that I'll use after the edit. So we're gonna jump to the next clip. What do we have here?
Testarossa and he's stuck in traffic. Just 1 2 1 2.
Okay, more of us just talking.
Yeah, I think I sold mine for $200. So I was like, whoever wants it, just take it.
So there's fortunately there'll also be some stuff that I just won't use because I like to have my vlogs anywhere from 10 to 20 minutes, just depending. So okay, so this is a good part I'm going to put in because the organizer of the event is going to tell us some of the things that we're going to be doing.
Just stay in the middle.
There's stay in the
And
middle.
we're just
That's
cruising.
what I was thinking too.
We're just cruising. We're not in the.
Hold on. Back it up just a little bit right there to where he says we're just cruising.
And we're just
That's
cruising.
what I was thinking too.
We're just cruising. We're not in the race of some sort. Okay. But
But Subaru.
I know.
Nah, it's not good.
No. Other than that, once we get to the locations, respect it. Just chill. You know.
Yep.
We're just there to just chill, take photos, videos. We're not there to burn out, you know, and act like little kids and shit. We're all adults. But other than that, we're just gonna drive over there, do some shoots. If you don't know where it's at, then just follow.
So I don't want to add that stuff because I don't want to bore people. So we're going to back it up.
Chill, take photos, videos. We're not there to burn out.
Man, when he says when we're not there to burn out, that's where I want that specific clip to end.
You know, act like little kids and shit. We're all adults. But other than that,
Messenger.
on the post that I just made, I'll just post the address there, so that way everybody knows where we're at. 'Cause
And I think that may be all I want to use. Let's see.
I wouldn't know about the well part, but you know, I was there. I got a t-shirt.
But other than that, we're just here to chill, cruise, nothing major. We're gonna have fun, and then for food, let's decide where we go get food. Cause I don't know.
Yep, so that's pretty much the end of that. So that's one scene. So we're going to leave and go to the next scene. But before I do that, I'm going to run a review my edit that I made so far to see if everything looks right. So I can see that this one needs to be set the frame. So we're going to do that. Scale that the frame size so I'm not zoomed in. How y'all doing? Y'all know who it is. It's your boy, the Grandmaster Troll. Y'all can see I'm suited and booted up live from life. So shout out to the FBI. Shout out to the CIA.
Live from life. Shout out to the CIA. One love, FBI. What's going on, people?
So I got my edit right there, but it needs to be scaled so it fits the screen. Did that one do it? Yes, it did. This one needs to be set as well. Fast forward. Weather Saturday. It's your boy, the godson, Sweater Smitten Samuels, and I'm
Your Godfather's out and about here.
here in. Okay, so the edit is coming along pretty nicely for that good troll stuff. Oh, I can't set that one for some reason, but I'll do this one for now. Let's see. So that's pretty much basically how to edit. So I did about 6 minutes so far. Got maybe 10% of the edit done, but that's pretty much how I do that. So we're gonna go ahead and save this right here, because now we're gonna do some officiating stuff as well. So we're gonna save that. Do I want to keep that open? I'll keep it open. So now we're going to talk about some officiating stuff as well. So we're going to exit out of here, go to your channel, go down to the bottom. Where's that Grandmaster Troll officiating channel? Which game do I want to use? I'm going to use the game where a kid got his ankles broken. So stop it right here. We're going to go to the YouTube window right here. We're going to make myself appear. Bam, right here. So if I wanted to make an officiating video, it will look something like this. Of course, I will have an intro and do all of that. But since now I can edit, I don't actually have to do the intro first. I could start from the middle and then do the intro and then put the intro first in Premeire Pro and then get to the tutorial. But the first thing we're going to look at, oh, this kid got shook out his shoes, and I caught it via the GoPro. So I'm going to see if I can find it real quick, because I know almost exactly where it happened. Let's see if I can find it real quick. Think I went too far. Is this the play? Okay, I think this is it. I think this is it. This is it right here. So your boy got the ball. I'm gonna go ahead and rewind it because we gotta break down this kid getting his ankles broken. So your boy number 10, he is about to get his ankles broken, and the white shirt is gonna happen in the corner. He's about to get shook out of his shoes. I'm gonna show you guys what happened. Oh, he hit him with the crossover dribble and put him on his back. You guys see that right there? He hit him with the 1-2. Let me rewind that a little bit. He hit him with the 1-2 and dropped him. See, Ova says we all fall down, but we get back up. Yes, some do. That was probably the highlight of the whole day. I refed about 6 games, but now I'm going to show you, give you guys something different. You guys get to see another side of the Grandmaster Troll. So you'll be able to see what officials are looking at. So with that said, I'm going to hit the start recording button. I'm going to pretend like I'm doing a whole nother video that's not in regards to this live stream. If you guys have comments you want me to read and you want your comment read during the video that I'm going to upload onto my officiating channel, you'll be able to do that as well. But let's get right to it. So I did the jump ball. So I got the GoPro mount. I have one for the head and I have one for the chest. I used the one on the chest for the first part of the day. Then later on, when I went did some adult league games, I used the head mount. But I used the chest mount because last time I used the head mount, it was too loose and I didn't have time to tighten it up yet. So I went with the chest mount. So I'm gonna go ahead and hit the start recording button. So we have a jump ball here. So important things are in the jump ball. You want to make sure everybody's legal, standing correctly. With the chest mount, you really can't see their feet, but hey. So coming out of the jump ball, Club Prototype, which is the team in white. They were probably the most dominant team at this tournament. They appeared to be maybe a year older than the kids that they were playing, but they were pretty much able to beat every team by the good 30-40 points. So basically, Club Prototype, they basically ran a full court press and none of the little kids could have broke the full court press. So they were able to basically just win off the strength that the other team couldn't even advance the ball into the front court. So as you listen to the game, you're going to hear a bunch of whistles. So those whistles are not coming from myself or my partner who's officiating this game. There's 2 other games going on, so when you hear a whistle, more than likely it's from another gym. But sometimes as officials, when there's multiple games going on in the same gym, you may blow your whistle and the kids will keep playing thinking that the whistle came from another court. So sometimes you have to keep blowing your whistle until the kids stop and you get their attention. So right now they're running a press, so I'm pretty much standing where I'm supposed to be. I'm free throw line extended. Let me see if I could get my arrow back so you guys will know what the referees are supposed to be looking at. Let's see if I can find it. Pointer finger right here. Okay, so basically I have these. It's not competitive, so I'm really just watching the back end right here, making sure nobody's being held or anything. So let's go ahead and play the clip. So right now, the player has the ball. He's kind of close to the sideline, but not ready. But if the ball goes out of bounds on this sideline right here, that's going to be my call to make. So even though the ball is not in my area of coverage, I'm going to take a peek just to make sure if there's an out of bounds ruling that needs to be made, I could at least have an opinion on it. So you can see he got trapped. He's not on the line. Another thing I hate about officiating games and why people don't understand why officials miss calls. But whenever you go to these warehouses, you see how that gate is opened up and there's a glare, and that glare kind of blocks the out of bounds line. Well, that's one reason why officials miss calls, because as you can see, you can't even see where the out of bounds line is. So it appeared that a coach called a timeout, so we're going to fast forward.
Pulled him out.
So I should be like where I was last time, free throw line extended, but I'm using the GoPro and I'm trying to get the best visual of the court. So right now the ball is in my primary of coverage. So if number 30 Premeire commits a foul, this will be my call to make. You can see he applies good defense. He doesn't foul. So we can see that the blue player, he lost the ball off of his leg. The ball goes out of bounds. A pretty easy call for an official to make. So when this player shoots the ball, I'm going to back it up a couple of seconds. So when this kid takes this jumper, it's my job to watch the shooter from the time he jumps, which is here, and I'm not going to follow the ball to the rim. I'm going to keep my focus on the shooter and the defender, because as the defender closes out, if he crashes into the shooter before the shooter reaches the floor, then we have a shooting foul. If the shooter comes in contact with the floor and the defender who's closing out pushes him, it won't be a shooting foul, and White's going to take the ball out on the sideline. So everybody at this point is watching the ball travel to the rim. The referees are still watching the shooter and the defender. So as this shot is taken, we got to make sure that the defender gave the shooter a spot to land on the floor. If not, we could potentially have a foul. So everybody's watching the ball. The official is still watching the players. We don't necessarily watch the ball. So there will be times in this situation, let's say if I were to call a foul and the basket goes in, sometimes I will have no idea if he made the shot or not. I would usually know by the reaction of the players in the crowd, because if he makes the shot, somebody will scream "and one," everybody will celebrate. and sometimes they won't say anything, so I may ask my partner that the basket go in, or he'll tell me that the basket went in. So when I report the foul, I'll say score the basket, blue 23 push. But we have no foul, and we get a rebound for blue. So right now it's a little hard to get the right angle to see the action because I'm wearing a chest mount as opposed to a head mount. So wherever my shoulders are squared up to, that's going to be the vision of the GoPro. So right now, it was pretty much an easy game to officiate because, well, the white team was just so much dominant, bigger, faster, more athletic than the other team. Alright, so when we have a jump ball situation like we have here, so when they're on the ground tussling like this, the chances of having a jump ball is pretty high. Whenever players are on the ground tussling for the basketball, officials, we're going to make our jump ball call, then we're going to close in to make sure nobody throws an elbow or no fights happen. But more importantly, you're trying to make your presence known to the players. So we get called a jump ball, then we go right on top of the players to make sure nobody kicks another player or pushes or taunts another player, because usually fights happen during rough play, and jump balls is when we have rough play.
Jump ball. White. White ball. White.
So that's pretty much, let's see what's going on in the chat. This is the somebody timed him out. We got Trinity Time Travels in the building. I guess I'll finish up because there's one, because I want to see some fouls that I called. fast forward through the free throws.
You're on the bound.
So you couldn't see it because I was wearing a GoPro chest mount, but he had his foot on the line. If I would have had the mount on my head, maybe you would have saw his feet on the line, but he was out of
Blue
bounds.
ball. Inline. Out of bounds. White ball. Sup?
Yeah, so this was pretty much an easy game to officiate because White just pretty much ran away with it. Oh, we called a foul right there. So we get a steal. He's driving to the basket. He gets hit. You can see my partner and myself call the foul. I'll stop it right there so you can see the other referee standing right here. You see him give the foul signal. Since the table is closer to him, it's easier for him to report the foul instead of me walking all the way across the court and report the foul. They line up for free throws.
Two. I need somebody down here. Two.
All right, so for free throws, rules for free throws, I go over that. The team on defense has to occupy these two spots right here. If they don't, it's a violation. If the team refuses to take these two spots, there's a bunch of weird rules that I won't get into right now, but he'll be able to shoot over and over as long as if he makes the shot, it is not a violation. If he misses, it's a violation. If they refuse to, then it's a technical foul. But my responsibilities are this spot here, here, and the middle spot. The trail official will have the outside spot and this middle spot, and everybody behind the three-point line is as well as the shooter for any potential violations. Reed Jones says gotta have stamina to do that running back and forth. Yes, I didn't get tired, but after doing 8 games, being back on the court for the first time in almost a year due to the pandemic, my body is still a little sore, but as I do it more often, I'll get used to it. But I wasn't that much winded at all. I'll fast forward to the last free throw. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and end this right here because there just isn't much action in these little kids games for some reason. More of the action is with the older age because their game is more developed, so they call a little bit more. So I'm gonna end this one to the officiating type of things, and I may drop the link. Let's see if I could drop the link, and maybe we could do some trolling and have an open panel. That's right, an open panel. We could talk about things if people want to come up. If not, I'll end this stream, and I may even start up a new stream. It all depends. Who knows? Who knows? Who knows? Let's see if I can get the StreamYard over here opened up so I could drop the link. But that's just a little background information on how editing and how making videos work on YouTube. Let's see, getting ready to drop this link in the chat. Will StreamYards work with me? Will StreamYards work with me? Yes, it will. Okay. Close that out right there. Come back to the YouTube window. He said somebody told Zach I wasn't doing a panel. Well, my boy Zach, he always says he wants black people doing something more constructive, as he says. So we're gonna open it up for him and see what he has to say about a black man doing something more constructive. He said he wanted more educational talk, and whenever I'm trolling somebody, he always drops in and says, man, I wish black people did more stuff educational. Let's see what he has to say. Let's see. Nobody has hit the link yet. Okay, so I'll wait for somebody to drop the panel, but somebody out there, tell me what I missed that went on the manosphere yesterday, because people swear up and down I'm on YouTube 24/7, but as you can see, I was on the basketball court the other day, so I missed all the beefs that happened yesterday. So let me know what I missed, or if you want to talk about Premeire Pro, if you want to talk about the Officiating channel or the Grandmaster Troll Racing channel. Let a brother know. Let a brother know. If not, I'm gonna go ahead and end this, and I'll do a classic troll video, and we'll see how much people we get to come in and watch the fuckery. We'll see how much people actually come to watch the fuckery, because what these Negroes like to do, they like to come on my comment section, say another black man is tearing down another black man, and when I do these type of videos, those same people, they don't comment, they don't hit the like button. We got somebody to come up and join the show. We got my man C over in the building. Tell us what's on your mind.
Yo, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Oh, what's good, man? Hey, I had a question, man. It looked like you was running Premiere Pro pretty good on your computer.
Mm-hmm.
I was expecting it to like crash or freeze while you was doing the whole live stream. Like, what were you running it on, or?
No, I'm just running it through a window capture.
Oh, okay. That's what's up.
I do have one question for you, Silva. Maybe you know, maybe you don't. But when I was running it through the window capture, the video doesn't show up. It's just a black screen, so nobody could actually see whatever edits I was making.
Yeah, I was wondering why I couldn't see the preview on Premiere. I was wondering that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Okay.
Because that sounds like something with StreamYard not communicating with the preview window in Adobe Premiere, to be honest with you.
Okay.
I think if you were using OBS, you would be able to see it, but that's too much resources for your PC, so your PC would crash.
No, I am using OBS.
Really? Oh shit! I don't know. I might try it. I might try it when I do the DaVinci Resolve stream. I'll try it to see what happens, because I was a little confused by that too.
Mm-hmm. Let me ask you this question. So tell us about the DaVinci Code editing software, and why you choose that one over Premiere Pro.
Well, DaVinci Resolve is free, and it's just a video for me to do. So
Okay.
DaVinci Resolve is just a free editing system. And because I did a video talking about Photoshop, right? And not everyone has Photoshop, so I could do a whole bunch of videos talking about Photoshop, Premiere, Vegas, but majority of people that were probably watching me don't actually have those softwares. So instead of just doing videos on paid software, I could do some videos on free software. So one of the free softwares that popped into my mind outside of the thumbnail software that I went over is DaVinci Resolve, because it's free. So I've only used it a couple of times, so I'm not too familiar with it. So it'll pretty much be like learn to edit with me, because I don't use it that often, but I've used other editing programs before, so it's not that hard for me.
Okay. So you also use Photoshop. I think for photos, I use Lightroom.
Well, Lightroom is powerful, but there's certain things that Lightroom can do that Photoshop can't do, and there's things that Photoshop can do that Lightroom can't do.
Okay.
Like you can do majority of your edits in color changing and photo retouching in Lightroom.
Okay.
But then there's certain other aspects that would be that you would need to finish up in Photoshop. But when you fully utilize Lightroom, like when I learned how to use it fully, it's real powerful, man. You can fix up all your little pictures and stuff like that for your thumbnails and shit like that.
Okay. Yeah, because whenever I use my on my Grandmaster Troll racing channel, all the photos you see, those are all the edits with Lightroom, and they look vastly different from the raw footage that I took on the camera. So it actually enhances the photos pretty good.
Yeah. Lightroom, like when you have your settings set in, like Lightroom is mad powerful. When I really learned how to use it, I was actually surprised at, like, you can take away pimples and blemishes. You can straighten people's teeth and whiten it and stuff like that. You can do all of that by just by dragging sliders in Lightroom. You don't even have to do it, because I used to do stuff like that manually in Photoshop.
So quick shot satisfaction. He says DaVinci Resolve is powerful as fuck, and he says Lightroom is for retouching. Photoshop is for photo manipulation to a high level.
Yep, he's right.
Okay.
Yeah, because you can't manipulate photos the way you can in Photoshop. You can't do that in Lightroom.
Okay.
And you can't add layers and put spaceships in the pictures and shit like that. You can't do that. Lightroom can just maximize the visual quality of the image way better than Photoshop can, but Photoshop can manipulate and tweak the image and make it something that it's not originally.
Okay. And then another software I'm thinking about buying, probably not within the next 2 months, is Adobe After Effects. What you know about Adobe After Effects?
Adobe After Effects is good, man. That's how you get all your 3D animation and your titles and your graphic effects. Like After Effects is powerful as hell too. When you learn how to use it, that's like how you get, like that's how you can add a lot of special effects to your video. If you ever seen a YouTube video and you had a person and they would have like a little box over something and the box would be moving while they're talking about the item or the product, all of that stuff, that's After Effects. Any little video where you see where things pop up and they're moving around and it looks like very graphical, all of that's After Effects. So After Effects adds all types of graphic animations onto videos.
Okay. So quick shot satisfaction. He says follow me on Instagram. I'm a young graphic designer. Quick shot satisfaction. I need you to drop your link to your Instagram so I can follow you. So as I grow this Grandmaster Troll brand, I'm definitely gonna need a graphic designer. So if you could drop your link, I'm gonna try and follow you on my phone. But but tell us, Silva, about some of the video edits that you may have done in the past. What do you use for your pre uploads?
For the few pre-uploads that I've done, I've used Premiere.
Okay.
So I use Premiere, and sometimes I would go over to Sony Vegas, depending on what I want. But mainly I use Premiere. So
Okay.
anything I do, I'm using Premiere, and I use Photoshop, and I use Adobe After Effects. So I'm in the Adobe suite, but I still keep my Sony Vegas on the back end. Because there's certain things that Sony Vegas does that I like that Premiere doesn't do. Oh, keep it techie.
Yeah, we got Keep It
What's
Techie
good?
in the building. How you doing?
What's good?
Hey,
I heard
Keep It
y'all
Techie, what's
talking
going
about
on?
tech, so I figured I would hop in as well, man.
Yep.
Okay.
Talking about Premiere Pro, Lightroom, Adobe After Effects, basically anything editing that could be used to help your presentation with your YouTube videos.
Oh yeah, I can tell you what I use, cause I do a lot of pre-recorded videos,
Mm-hmm.
and the way I record my stuff, I basically create all my scenes within um, OBS. I do
Mm-hmm.
everything, well, most of everything in OBS, and then when I do my editing, I hop into Caden Live. If you guys never heard of that, it's an open source application that you can actually use. It's similar to Premiere, where you ain't got to pay all the money or whatever for Premiere. I think it's like, ain't it like a monthly subscription with Premiere? I think
Yeah,
where you
it's a
can
monthly.
do your
Yeah,
editing.
monthly fee for the Adobe Cloud.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the Adobe Cloud. I use Caden Live because it's free, and also, um, you guys know I use Linux applications, and so Caden Live is one of those free and open source applications that is available on Linux. But you can also install it on Windows. You can also install it on Mac OS, and it's a pretty decent uh, video editing software. And then as far as thumbnails, I use an application called GIMP,
Mm-hmm.
and this is used to basically it's a alternative to Photoshop that's free, so
Yep.
anybody can use that, as well. So you ain't got to pay for Photoshop or that subscription if you want to. It's just another alternative. The only thing is between these different softwares that I'm talking about, they they just require you to learn where everything is. You know what I'm saying? Like if you're used to using Photoshop, then the tool names are somewhat the same as far as what they actually do.
Mm-hmm.
Like blur tool, the crop tool, you know, a lot of that stuff is pretty much the same, but some stuff is a little bit different as far as the name of what you're trying to do. And then also with GIMP, they have like a lot of scripts similar to Photoshop. I think I've seen scripts like that in Photoshop, but they
Yeah,
have
action. Yeah,
scripts
they call
that's
them. Yeah, actions. Yeah.
available. Yeah, actions where you can go through. Let's say you constantly have a photo that you take or whatever, or it's a specific photo that you take for. Let's say you editing products for your website, for things that you're selling, and they always look the same and you always want them to look the same. Well, you can run these scripts that are built into it that'll edit the photo for you automatically to the same specs that you do with all the other photos. So they'll all match or whatever to look the exact same as far as like if you change the lighting, if you change just different things. If you highlight certain areas of the photo, then those you can run that script against the photo, and it'll edit it the exact same way for all the different photos that you, you know that you're trying to edit. So super cool.
Okay, let me ask you this. I got a couple questions for Keep It Techie because I'm looking at your channel on my other laptop. When you take your pictures of yourself, your selfies, how do you get it to show where there's no like the whole background isn't visible? It's just a outline of you.
Okay, so I know how to do it within uh, GIMP, and that's basically what you need is a photo editing tool. So it could be Photoshop or it could be GIMP. They both allow you to do it. And I believe I've seen C Ova actually go through and show how to do it in Premiere. He went through and actually removed the background of
Oh,
an
yeah,
image.
you asked me that when I
Well,
was looking at the thumbnails. Yeah,
yep,
doing it for thumbnails
I
with
did that on
Photoshop.
purpose. Yeah, I asked you that on purpose just to get you to show it because I knew how to do it. I just wanted you, I just thought that would be interesting. I don't know, for other people that were watching to actually see if you knew how to do it or whatever. So I didn't know if you knew how to do it. I just asked to see if you knew how to do it.
Yeah.
Um but yeah, just to make it quick, I and I give you the link to this, but I found a website that goes through and remove the background of images. And I'll give you that link right now, Grandmaster Troll. Let me find it right fast. But it's I think it's Pexel. No, not Pexel.
Pixlr.
Um I can't remember. Hold on one second. Yeah, Pixlr.
Pixlr.
Yep, that's
Okay.
exactly it.
Yeah, I've heard of
Yep.
that. Yeah.
And let me get a link. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm gonna put the link in the back chat or whatever. But that's where because I like a lot of times I'm on a time crunch because when I do my videos, it's around my full-time job, and I'm just trying to hurry up and get it done. And I already
Wait a
know
minute.
how I
This is
want
what
it
I
done,
went over
so I
when I did
just
the thumbnail video.
oh yeah,
Pixlr.
yeah, yeah. I think you did go cover it. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Because I think I put it in the chat too. And you was like, "Oh, I already heard of that." Yeah, and that's what I use to quickly do it though, Grandmaster Trolling, so you don't have to go through because it's a couple steps when you're using like one of those video editing softwares like Photoshop or GIMP or whatever. You have to do certain steps, and every photo is kind of different. The way sometimes you have to remove the background. Well, with
Mm-hmm.
this application, it'll automatically do it,
Yeah.
and then they have ways to go in and edit it and bring like certain parts back if it removes too much. You know what I'm saying? Let
Mhm.
me let you, I mean, but go ahead.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I use Pixlr to do all my logos. So to make all my logos PNG, I just basically take the logo. It's on the white background. I use the wand tool, click on the white background, and hit delete. Now I have a PNG
Hmm.
photo. But whenever I try to do like just regular old photos, if it was a multicolored background, for some reason it was more difficult to take away the background because there was so much colors in the background.
Yeah, That's why if you're trying to get a photo done like that, you have to make sure when you're taking a picture that
Mm-hmm.
you have a good background that will be easily removed. Like if you
Okay.
know that this photo you don't want the background shown in it, then you want to have a solid background. Some people use green, or some people, are stand in front of something that's solid, like white, because they have that magic tool. I think Over showed that as well. As well, you could use the magic tool and with their Photoshop, and I'm pretty sure, yeah, I'm pretty sure it's the same in Photoshop, whatever the name of it is. I think it's the magic
Yeah.
tool, but I know in
Yeah,
GIMP,
the pixel, yeah,
yeah,
oh, I'm sorry.
I think it's the
On the
magic
game.
tool, yeah, where you can well, I was just making sure it's the same name in Photoshop because I don't know. I think it is though. It's the
The name
magic
is
tool. It
different, but it's
basically
always
goes
like the
in,
wand with the sparkles
yeah,
around it.
one. Yeah, yeah. Where you can select the color. You can also select the color that you want to remove. So if the background, let's say, is, I don't know, green, let's just use green, then you can use that tool to select all the green in the photo
Oh,
and it'll
GMT, Nick
remove the
said he's in the
background.
back chat. Nick said he's in the back chat.
Okay, I'm about to add them up.
Oh, we got the cherub.
Yeah. What's up, Uncle Nick? Big
Hey,
Soy.
what's going on, y'all? The big boy crew. What's going on, GMT?
What's up, Nick Taylor? How you doing?
Man, shoot, it's past my bedtime. Shoot, I'm sitting somebody. I got 5 texts gonna tell me, man, keep it techie and see overline. What? Where? What? that's my crew right there. What's going on with you, bro, man?
Nothing
Oh,
much.
your
chilling,
house.
Big Soys.
Man, y'all ain't gotta go to work tomorrow. Come on, Techie. Hey, Techie, can I take off tomorrow? Can I take off tomorrow? Can I take
You
off
good.
tomorrow?
You good.
I gotta ask him, man. Shoot, hey, man, go ahead and hip him. I was listening. I came in when you was talking about the avatar, when he was asking you how to make the avatar. Yeah, but photo editor. But go ahead, bro. I'll kick back.
Yeah, well, another thing I wanted to say though as well, a lot of the other images that are in my thumbnails, I purposely search on either Google. Well, I use DuckDuckGo to search for images, but there are options in there. Most people don't know this, or most people don't use it, but they have options under the searches in the search engines where you can select for transparent background images. So if you're looking for a specific image, like mine is all tied to software a lot of times. So when I'm looking for like a logo for the actual application that I'm finna talk about, I
Mm-hmm.
always change those settings when I'm searching for images to transparent. So it'll always have that transparent background, or it's basically searching for a PNG,
Mm-hmm.
like what you said, Grandmaster.
So when you search for the PNG, you still gotta take that image and put it in the pixeler and use the wand tool, and then actually save it as a PNG. It's not already,
No,
or is it already?
it,
It's already a
nah,
PNG.
yeah, it's already a PNG. All
Okay.
you gotta do is save it off the website. But what you're doing is filtering the search results that are gonna come up from either Google or DuckDuckGo, whatever you're using. Uh, to where you're only looking for PNGs. It doesn't say PNG, but it is a PNG. Anything that has a transparent background is a PNG. It has to be a PNG. The other formats like a JPEG or whatever, you can't have transparent background. It's gonna automatically put like a white background or a black background if it's like an image or whatever.
Okay.
If it's a JPEG, so you always want to look for those PNGs. So.
And in case, and I know they probably told you, but just in case, but if you got a JPG file, you can actually convert it to a PNG for free. You there's a ton of PNG converters online. And they're free.
Yep.
And small files, it'll do it for you, and it don't take normally about half a minute, y'all. Maybe.
Doesn't even use any resources on your computer at all.
No, yeah, and it's free. So don't spend money. You can buy one, but why? Only people I see buy one is the people that's working full time editing, rendering videos and everything, that's their full time job. But just for a handful of pictures, I would just use one of the free ones online, and they give pretty good results too.
Okay. So let me ask you this, keep it techie. How long does it take you to make your thumbnails?
Well, I've gotten. See, that's the thing. At first, it would take me a long time, but over the years, I kind of got a system down now. And I don't know if I mean you can tell. You should be able to tell, but my my thumbnails are pretty much the same. I have a lot of the like my picture that's already, the background is already free. So all I got to do is bring it into a new template. And basically what I do is I use a template. I have the template, I open up the template, it's already got like my image in there or certain images that I typically use in every thumbnail. Like you know how it has that color for the text. I always use pretty much the same color. You know what I'm saying? It's already loaded into the template. So it takes me about maybe 15 minutes to do my thumbnail now. But before it used to take me like an hour because I was just trying to figure out the best way to do it. But they got a lot of applications out there. Like, I mean, most people use those websites like Canva. And I don't really tell people about my wife, but my wife has a YouTube channel and she uses Canva for all her thumbnails. And she does it all on her phone. She does
Yep.
all her thumbnails on her phone using, her images, and it removes the backgrounds and all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? And I just haven't I just don't like putting applications on my phone like she does. I just, that's the way she want to do it. I let her do it that way. But I do my stuff on my computer, all the time. So it takes me like 15 minutes to do the thumbnail. Just yep.
Yeah, another free one, PNG to thumbnail conversion is called Zamzar, ZAMZAR.com. And it's free as well, as long as your maximum file is under 50 megabytes.
Okay. I'm gonna have to bookmark that too.
Let me see. Let me see if I can. Well, hell, the only thing I gotta do is type it because I know the web. Is ZAMZAR.com. There it is. Quick shotgun tell me niggas just bootleg Adobe. Oh no, I'm chicken because if somebody would get caught, it would be me.
I don't know, man.
I'm chicken.
And Pirates by the Bay have been using them since George Bush was in office, but that's all I'm gonna say.
But see, I ain't slick. You know that one dude out of the crowd of 100 that everybody else done it, that one dude that would get caught? That's me.
You know why it's that? But you know why it's that one dude though? It's
Why?
that one dude because that one dude is downloading the entire Warner Brothers catalog and letting all of the shit seed from his computer.
Ooh, that's
24
crazy.
and he's letting it seed from his computer 24/7.
And you like, dude, what are you doing? Just get you a little nimble and walk.
Yeah, he's seeding the whole entire terabyte catalog of movies and music, and it's just on his computer seeding 24/7, 7 days a week. Yeah, you gonna get an email and a letter, bro.
That's somebody gonna come see you. Yeah, somebody gonna but I don't do that.
Wi-Fi too, and on the school public Wi-Fi, and you gonna get a letter, bro.
Yeah. And you ain't gonna be happy either. I got a funny. You ain't gonna like it. Hell yeah! But man, hardware. Yeah. What you running for hardware? Are you running? You already got what you running? GMT?
Yeah, just this laptop right here. That's basically all I need.
Okay. I mean, but you gonna stream? I know you stream, but you gonna stream video or just a live stream?
No, just the live stream, and then
you ought to be fine.
And then if I broadcast sports, because I do that, I usually just record it through OBS. But if I want it to go live, it will really depend on the connection that I'm at, because some places it's good, and then some places it's a little bit iffy.
Yeah, I know how that go.
Hey,
But
now let me ask you this, GMT.
go ahead.
Hmm.
What are you using to record? Do you have like one of those action cameras, like while you refereeing the game? Because I thought that was super cool. Seeing I seen you streaming that a few minutes ago, or showing
Hmm.
that a few minutes ago, one of the games you recorded.
Hmm.
What are you using?
So I'm using a GoPro Hero 8.
Okay, the GoPro.
What I can do, so let's say if you're watching the NBA game, I could have it to where it could cut from the game footage. Then I could
Mm-hmm.
actually have it cut into the GoPro that a referee is wearing, and put
Oh,
that
okay.
in the broadcast as well.
Oh,
So
okay.
so depending on my setup, if I don't use a USB mic, I could have two plugged in cameras. I could use a wireless cell phone camera and then a GoPro. So I could have four different cameras. So I usually have a camera at mid court, which will pan and get the whole game. It will just pivot from left to right. And then I'll
Mm-hmm.
have a wireless camera at one end of the court, and usually a GoPro camera at the other end of the court to get free throw action. But
Okay.
I can move the GoPro, one of the GoPro cameras, and actually put it on a referee and have him referee the game. The only problem with the GoPro camera is that the internet, the wireless connection, will cut off 30 to 35 minutes, and I won't be able to reconnect it because it's being connected through the cell phone, and the cell phone has a hard time just reconnecting for some reason.
Now let me ask you this: have you thought about maybe providing a service at some point? Because I'm pretty sure some of these leagues will probably pay you
Mm-hmm.
to, even at a small level starting out,
Mm-hmm.
to record the whole games in this format where you're jumping from the referee camera to the free throw camera, throughout the whole game. That should be something that you look into as a business idea, bro.
Yeah,
For real.
yeah. I've have had some leagues pay for it when we did the CYO championships. I want to say
Hmm.
back in 2019, some people paid for it, but a lot of the people just don't have the budget for the broadcasting thing.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, but man, I can see, yeah, that I can see that, especially um that's a good, a good training aid, because being a former assistant coach, I know what film is worth.
Mhm.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Mhm.
Film, man, being a former player and then an assistant high school football coach, film it, man, film
And
study.
and what popped up in my head was, I know you in California, but man, if you was in Texas, those guys down there, especially like the Little League World Series and all those baseball games and football,
You know how
that
big
that would
football is
be,
here in
yes,
Texas.
all
Yeah.
that stuff is big down there, and
Mhm.
yeah,
Football
parents
here
to
in
pay
Texas
for
is
it.
life.
Yeah.
Yeah, they don't take sports that seriously out in California unless you're one of the major high school programs or major AAU programs.
Hmm.
Well, you know us Friday night lights here. You know that's here.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
That's here. I tell people, man, these the football, the mill schools. I mean, there are 6 mill schools in the state of Texas alone.
Mhm.
I mean, you name it. These guys. There's so many people in the NFL, especially quarterbacks. That they played high school football here in Texas
Hmm.
and went other places, but people don't, I mean, but we know it because we hear, you're Patrick Mahomes and Johnny Manziel's and Bob Fryers and all them other, I mean, because we watch them play on Friday in high school, then watch them play on Saturday in college, Now we watch them play on Sunday in the pros.
Yeah, with GMT, man, I'm gonna drop off though. It was good to talk to you, bro. If you got any other questions though about any of this stuff, especially dealing with you know things that I do on my channel, anything I could do to help, just let me know, man. I'm all about helping people, so you know what I'm saying. If you need any help or if anybody else need help, just hit me up. You know what I'm saying. I'm down to help you or whatever.
All
So
right.
yeah, I have a good one.
All right. Have a
And
good
we're
one.
gonna
Keep it
hack.
techy.
We're gonna hack Keep It Techie. We're gonna hack his server once he hang up, but we gotta wait on him to hang up first. I'll show you how to hack his server.
Well, I'll ask this question because Quick Shot Satisfaction put it in the chat. He says Adobe is losing their position as industry standard due to monthly fees and other software competition. Do you guys see Adobe losing
Yeah,
their position?
Adobe they've been chopping at Adobe here for a while. And see over what's that program what's they just got rid of? Ain't it Flash Player?
They got rid of Flash Player because of the HTML5 standard.
Mm-hmm.
So they got rid of the Flash protocol.
Mm-hmm.
So that caused Adobe to get rid of the Macromedia Flash application that was part of their suite.
Yeah, because they were dominating. Because most websites that you go to, you'd have to click on install Flash to see the, they had it sold up.
But
They had it sold for a long time.
Yeah, no, it was Flash was the standard since like going forever. Like
long as I can remember.
Yeah. All the video games and all the video game websites and stuff, all that was Flash. Everything was Flash. But the thing with Adobe, getting rid of Adobe, like there's people that find alternatives to Adobe because of the monthly fees, but I just don't think that it will ever go away.
Now, because there's some people just gonna, a lot of people ain't gonna go to Filmora, then, like me, I'm on, I'm a DaVinci Resolve, guy, a lot of people, they just gonna stay regardless.
Yeah, what Quick Shot says is actually 100% correct. There's people whose workflow includes Adobe Photoshop to Illustrator to Bridge, from Premiere to After Effects to Bridge to the Adobe Converter. Like there's people's whole entire workflows that incorporates all of the Adobe Suite applications. So people who make their workflow Adobe Suite, yeah, they'll always use the Adobe Suite. But for the people who can find alternatives and replacements, yeah, they'll find alternative. Like I just said, there's an alternative to Premiere. It's called Sony Vegas. I use Sony Vegas from time to time just as much as I would use Premiere. I've actually edited more on Sony Vegas than I've edited on Premiere.
Oh, okay. I just started trying. I'm trying out Shotcut right now. But I still think I'm gonna stay with DaVinci. There's too many steps for some of the more simple tasks, So I'm thinking I'm gonna just stay with DaVinci.
And that's the problem when you're switching to a different video editing software. And yeah, Vegas renders faster. And when you're switching to different software, there's things that are easy on one software that's harder on another software. And for me, one of the reasons why I've always stuck with PC software is the atrocious experience that I've had on Apple Final Cut Pro. And I never liked it from when Final Cut Pro first was a mainstay on Apple, and haven't liked it since then. So software like that, I don't fuck with. So I have no problem mixing between Vegas and Premiere or whatever other PC editing software that's available for me.
Yeah, After Effects, man, it will test your hardware.
Oh yeah.
After Effects will. If your GPU is flimsy, or you don't have a high core count CPU, After Effects gonna let you know about it, right?
Yeah, After Effects gonna make your computer do burpees or suicide.
So how long does it take you guys to render your full video, your full videos on DaVinci Resolve?
I haven't
Me,
rendered anything yet on DaVinci Resolve.
Okay.
I rendered a couple of days ago, like like right under 20 minutes, 18, 19 minute video. Some of it was in only the end, beginning and the end was in 4K, the middle was in 1080, and but my machine ain't the normal machine though either. I've rendered that in like 8 minutes, 7 minutes, 8 minutes.
Okay.
I would say between the two of my computers, the average time would be around that 8 minute mark too.
Yeah.
Okay.
The
Now my
computer
old
within the computer-
machine, that 20-minute video would probably take me about 30 minutes on my old machine
Yeah.
to do. But on the machine, on the machine I got now, Gen 3 Ryzen 9 and 64 gig, skill saw, RAM and
Oh, G Skill.
yeah, G Skill, yeah, Ripsaw.
Rick, so yeah.
Yeah, I got 64 of that. I bumped up from 32 to 64.
I haven't been able to justify the 64 on my end.
Well, I didn't either until I started doing other stuff. I got tired of going to my second computer,
Okay.
to keep from, making it multitask and slowing it down.
Yeah.
That's why I bumped from a Ryzen 7 to a 9 and bumped up from 32 to 64, because now I pretty much got two computers and I can keep doing whatever I'm doing. Because I got I'm doing invoices for my company, doing drivers invoices and bills and scanning tickets and all that other stuff, and I'm rendering the video in the background at the same time, and the machine don't even sweat.
If my computer, the new computer that I got, like with the 3090, it could push whatever, but the CPU,
Man, that 3090 ain't no joke.
That shit's like a
3090 ain't no joke.
that shit is no joke. Like that, I don't have to replace that card until they make quantum graphics cards or some shit.
Yeah, that 3090 ain't no
that for nothing.
That 3090 ain't no joke.
It's a beast, man. It's a nasty boy. But the processor is an 8-core processor. So the computer on my floor technically would render faster than the computer with the 3090, because the computer on my floor is a 3950X.
Wow.
So the 3950X would render faster, and they both have 32 gigs of RAM, but the 3950X has a 5700 XT. And then I got the 3700X, which is 8 cores, and 3950 has 16 cores and 32 threads, whatever. So, just numbers, the computer on the floor will render a video faster than the computer on my desk with the 3700 with the 3700X, whatever it is.
I know. Yeah, I know what you mean. Dig this. I thought, man, my 1660 Ti is only on a 20-minute render. 1080p is it's not even a minute behind that 2060 Pro.
Yeah, 1080p, man. Like 1080p.
I was shocked. What's up, O'Shea?
O'Shea got a 3900X.
Okay. Yeah. Shoot. So yeah, me and it, we clocking. That's what I'm talking about. Man, it's gonna take a while for AMD. I got a funny feeling that they're gonna sit on Intel for a minute.
Nick, it's done. What do you mean for a while? It's over.
Their new 11 series just dropped, didn't it?
AMD already got Zen 4 coming out with Zen 5 on the horizon. Intel is done. They're done.
If I'm, because I mean, being I got a Ryzen 9 Gen 3, I ain't gonna. I don't see me doing nothing for a while. But if I do, bro, I'm going for a Threadripper.
Intel is still on 10 or 14 nanometer. AMD is already looking at 4 nanometer.
Yep.
So they're Intel done.
Hold on. I'm trying to get O'Shea to come and join because when he does his celebrity junk, I guess I'm assuming he uses Premiere Pro, but I'm trying to get an insight into how he does his uploads because he has a whole editing team behind him and he cranks out so much content
Yeah,
because
he be cranking it out.
he has a team, but then he also has a simple setup to use because he'll show the photos of whatever topic he's going to show. It's usually a pan of the photo. Then he may do a video. Then he has just a track of him talking. So since he has a team, I'm assuming he just does whatever he says on the video. He gives the audio track to his editor. And then his editor either picks the photos or O'Shea tells him the photos. And they put the whole thing together. So I'm trying to see if he wants to come up and he could talk about his editing team and his system on how he runs his channel. So I dropped the link for him. Maybe he'll come up, maybe he'll want, but he did support. So salute to O'Shea for donating. Says he's got the 3900X right here, and he also runs an Adobe Premiere Studio also.
That's what's up. That is what's up. Hell, and man, and right now, man, with the silicon thing going so bad right now, I mean, it's crazy, man. I mean, it's crazy. There he is. I got a 30 here. I got a sick. This is my backup one. It's another 3900X because every time when I buy a chip, I always buy two. Hey, Duke, that's what's happening, right?
Right.
That's what's happening. They don't know. They don't know. They know now.
Just so y'all know, that says 9.
Yeah.
Wait, hold on. This one never been open. And this is a 4th generation OS NVMe.
Yep, that's the one I got on my computer.
Yeah. So what's going on, man? Y'all talking about talk tonight, players?
Yeah, this my talk right here. I like this.
Yeah. Yes. Shout out to Uncle Nick and see over. You know, a lot of people, man, on we switched to Adobe Premiere Studio towards the end of 2019. And it's interesting you put this topic, man, because a lot of Black YouTubers won't put the money into the cloud. They might just use the cheap version or download it or something like that. You know, 2018 or 2019, it keeps crashing and stuff like that. But a lot of people on Black YouTube, man, they won't put the money up for the Adobe Cloud. I use an Audition, which is what I use on my celebrity, or I have a Rodecaster when I was in Uganda, and I'll just use my SM7B Shure mic and a memory card to record over that with a cloud lifter, and the sound is perfect. But the way that I run my channel is I run more like a content manufacturing system. So all my guys have their own We make so much money. At first, I wasn't making as much money when we went to Celebrity, because Celebrity, it's more of an AdSense model. Because I was streaming like everybody else, so I went from a streaming to a multiple upload model. I was over at African Diaspora and for about 1.5 years, so I kind of figured out how they did it. And so what we try to do is what I call content manufacturing. So we got Dima in Russia, we have Peter in Nairobi, and then we have the guys in Uganda. So if there are topics for today, and all my editors, you know, there's certain concepts I use. Celebrity Junk is one, there's Dusty News another, you know, Hit the Wall. That one's only Dima's. And, you know, reaction videos, I've done a little bit of that. So if we also we have Struggle With, which is somebody, is Satati. So every morning, if I want to put out content, if it's Celebrity Junk, I'll do a voiceover on my Audition, and then we use Google Drive. So I'll send the track, the articles, and then we send it to whoever's going to be editing that day. And so those guys are going to send those things back by a certain, 5 or 6. At first, it took them a long time to get the speed up to it, but then they'll send those things right back. and all our guys have different times they want to work. Dima is the person that wants to work in his time zone, like starting around 7 p.m. You know, Kim, Quasi, and you guys know, if you know who Kim the Comic is, he's the guy that's been on the Struggle with me. So he also edits too. So around the clock, we try to, you know, put out as much that we can, that the quality is good. Nigga Flicks is something that's only done by Dima. He uses Sony Vegas. He's the only person who's using Sony Vegas. But for me, switching to the Adobe Cloud and Adobe Premiere is the best thing I've ever done for my channel. And a lot of people on Black YouTube don't want to do it. Everybody would like to do StreamYard. Everybody wants to do like streaming all the time. But you can't, it's hard for you to build a channel on just streaming because YouTube looks at average duration, okay? So if the video is, let's say 12 minutes, well, if my watch time is 7 minutes, well, YouTube's gonna say, well, damn, you have a person that's spending like 58% of the time on your video, then let me go ahead and keep promoting this video, promoting. And then also we use Photoshop, which is a part of the cloud. But a lot of guys want to just stream long streams, and it's hard to get a new audience based on that. You know what I mean? Because if your stream is 3 hours, 4 hours, you get the super chat money. Maybe, that's a maybe. But in that time, I could have knocked out 7 or 8 videos. You know, or African Diaspora could. Go ahead.
The problem with that is that, because I've heard you say that a lot, and the problem with this is that it's a strategy. So, what a lot of people do is they don't switch up their content strategy. So they just keep the long 4 2-hour streams up. Yeah, you won't grow your channel with 2-hour stream because no one's going to come back and watch a 2-hour stream. The key is to take clips of that 2-hour stream and redistribute that on your channel as individual clips to appease the algorithm and the watch time of new people that come to your channel. So the big streamers that are all over the platform and on Twitch, what they do is they'll clip their streams from Twitch, upload them to YouTube, do all the edits, the graphical jump cuts, all the YouTubey stuff, and they'll just repurpose sections of those streams as new clips. So if you take a 2-hour or 4-hour live stream, you can constantly reclip that up and redistribute it on your channel as individual clips. And that's how you can build your channel with live streaming and appease the YouTube algorithm with individual uploads for view time and duration. Like someone that does that, people can that are probably subscribed to is Lou Later from Unbox Therapy. He has a channel where he does like a tech show type thing for about an hour and a half or something like that. And then he has a separate channel that he uploads all the clip segments from these live streams. So the only problem that you would say that when it comes to Black YouTubers or people who just use quote unquote StreamYard is that they don't use, like my live streams, I have windows and graphics and animations and videos, and I got all types of stuff going on. So if I was to clip 5 minutes of my live stream, it would look like a decent video because I got so much going on camera. But when you referring to like Black YouTube people, everyone just has like what I have right now, the avatar, womp, 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 right? And people on the stream, having the conversations. So there's not much you can really do to edit and clip that up and repurpose it as new content because it's still kind of the same thing, and it may not be as engaging. So that's the only problem is the content strategy and how people are actually streaming.
You make some good points there, but here's where I would disagree. Those people most likely already have a built-in base, and they're already good. I hate to say this, but Kevin Samuels is an anomaly where he has such a unique, powerful product with his show that makes him stand out so much. He's the only person I've seen that's got on with a live stream, from his pre-recorded to a live stream. What people are doing now are just live streaming, and the number one problem is the live stream is not even good because people are like playing music for a certain time. You have niggas on panels. So yeah, what you're saying works theoretically if the content is very good, which normally it's not. If you're good, then you can do that. If it's something people can follow, you can do that. If the topic is good, like let's say if you're talking about feminism, for example, and you have a debate or something like that, or like a Dr. Umar Johnson versus Roland Martin or something like that, you could take a piece of that and then put it up if it's good. But the problem is people are splicing up stuff that's not good. There is no direction for the strategy, no direction for the demographic. And then people put their efforts into all of that. The stream is like 6, 7 hours, and you're trying to splice it up, and then it's still no good. So you have to be good. The live stream has to have, number one, a market for it. A lot of YouTubers don't understand this. YouTube audience building is the same thing as selling in a market. Because what we do every day when we come to YouTube, any YouTuber, is do I have market for my content? Yes, the answer is yes or no. It's not about what I want or what somebody else wants. When I upload a video with a thumbnail and a title, is there a market for what I do? If the answer is yes, like Kevin Samuels or Alpha Male Strategy, something like that, then you can do that. But if the answer is no, it doesn't matter if you do that. You have to have market. And a lot of people get messed up in YouTube. One thing, there's a difference between what I want to talk about and what people want to hear. If people have to have an interest in what you're talking about. And that's the problem with Black YouTube. Black YouTubers approach this from a very selfish vantage point, as if I want to talk about this, so this is important. But then you can't get market for your content, and you're like, well, why no one wants to watch me? And again, I think that if people focus more on, let's say, pre-recorded content, it gives you more ability to look at your analytics and say, okay, well, the watch time is this. Before I start splicing up stuff, right? If I have an idea and I can look at my channel and say, people that watch me watch DJ Vlad, they watch Willie D, which none of them live stream. I can then get a feel for, okay, people are falling off my video at 3 minutes or 4 minutes. Why is my watch time only this? If it's pre-recorded. It's easier for me to attack the problems in my channel very, very fast versus me live streaming and then splicing those things up. But see, it's very easy for me to see what's going on and to fix the problems in the business of content creation. Now, what you're referring to is for somebody that's already established a little bit more. Even Kevin Samuels, before he started that show, he already had like 60, 70,000 subscribers. He was close to something like that. So he had a built-in audience already. A lot of guys are doing this with no built-in audience and trying to say, well, this guy is doing it, so I can. No, the answer is no. You can't do that because you're going to have the same. You have to have a built-in audience in a market. Every YouTuber that you look at right now that's got on, Stefan, Alpha Male Strategies, me, we all start off with what? What is pre-recorded? Everybody builds their initial audience off a pre-recorded content strategy. Every YouTuber. Live stream is something that's additional to interact with your audience. And then you can splice it up then, sure. But the problem is guys are coming into the game now where everybody is StreamYard, everybody's panel, everybody's whatever. And so then you're not able to add no real value. You're not able to do anything. And that's why a lot of people, they don't want to do the Adobe Premiere stuff. They don't want to go to Sony Vegas. But the YouTubers who can do that, they're going to have more staying power in the game because they'll be able to differentiate themselves.
When it comes to finding your market, that depends on the content that you're making, and you have to make sure that content appeals to the people that you wanted to target. So if you wanted to talk about building tables, you make sure your content is going to appeal to people that want to know about building tables, and then you'll grow your platform as a person who's the authority on building tables. When it comes to the thing with live streaming, again, I would say is that the strategy when it comes to live streaming is different when it comes to just standard pre-recorded videos, but it's still a strategy that people can implement and use. The splicing of videos is how you are able to do your live streams and have those live interactions and still do your regular recorded uploads to appease the algorithm. And in the better part about splicing these videos up is that you can cut them up so perfectly that you can then follow along, and you can use these videos as sort of like snippets from your trailers to show people what your actual live stream is about.
Yeah,
So,
that's
the
absolutely
channel,
true.
the channel Live Streaming Pros, they talk about these things all the time, and they give different examples of how to improve the quality of your live streams and to engage your audience with different with your different presentations, or however you want to do it. And my mindset when it's coming from the live streaming thing is that this is coming from using different software like Ecamm, vMix, and OBS. If we're going back to just talking about StreamYard, yeah, there's going to be a fall off when it comes to like content creation and creativity, because if you're talking about the majority of people who are just using StreamYard panels and having panel conversations, yeah, like if we're just talking about that, like when I'm talking about streaming, I'm talking about like OBS, vMix, Ecamm.
Yeah, I had Ecamm. It's for Mac, right? Only, I believe.
Yeah, I believe Ecamm is for Mac. No, I had Ecamm on my computer too. I think it's vMix. It's whichever one, right? One of them is for Mac.
Yeah,
only, right?
I had Ecamm before I canceled. At the time, it was only for Mac. It might be different now.
So like when I'm talking about streaming, I'm talking about using those softwares and just using YouTube as the the encoder. But I know that when you're talking about streaming, you're talking about StreamYard and panel conversations and 8-hour, 7-hour live stream. So I'm talking about the greater, space of YouTube. And when you're talking about the greater space of YouTube and you're using these different softwares and you're having graphics and animation and things to engage the people who are watching your streams, yes, you can live stream and you can cut the videos up and upload them and have those edits appease people's attention spans and appease the YouTube algorithm and 100% use your channel to grow. But if you're trying to cut up panel conversations for like that are 4 or 5 hours long, yeah, that's probably not going to work for you unless you are a edit master.
I agree. I mean, what you're saying is absolutely true. I think that I think what we're having a difference is you're talking about greater YouTube. And I think I'm referring to the problem that you see a lot of here on Black YouTube, or what is the Black sector of YouTube. So what you're saying is, I mean, I don't disagree. That's the truth. The live streaming, and when I get back into it, it's a different animal, it's a different type of beast, it's a different type of strategy that you use from what is pre-recorded. But the point that I want to talk about, since it's related more or less to Adobe Premiere, is that people are rushing to the live stream, not understanding what they're doing or what they're talking about. I think what you're talking about is a person who understands what they're talking about and what they're doing, which makes sense. All that makes sense. But we're talking about people who typically do not know what they are doing. That's what I'm talking about. And what you see, and I'm a guy that's the admin in the Black YouTubers Facebook group. And just to clarify something for guys who don't know, I've brought in a lot of people in the space that are doing very well right now, like good creators. Kevin, Donovan Sharp, the list is, the list of people that I work with, guys doing better than me. Every guy that has gotten to that level, except for Kevin, uses, and even Kevin does what you're talking about now. Kevin does exactly what you're talking about, and it's true. He'll splice up streams. He'll go to Instagram and splice up streams. But the way that Kevin does it in his unique setup is every person is an interview. So if he goes to Instagram Live, it's like having 8 or 9 different episodes in one thing. So it's easy for him to splice it. The person interaction on one, they get off, he comes on, boom. Person comes off and gets up, boom. Person gets off and come up, boom. Right? So the situation is this, that I want to kind of get back to the original idea of Adobe Premiere. Black YouTubers, African American YouTubers for that matter, should take Adobe Premiere more serious. Me personally, I know certain little things Adobe Premiere, but I don't edit. But it has changed the outlook, and it's given me more variety in the business. It gives me more flexibility. There's nothing that we can't do. For example, if anybody see my Struggle Woods comedy miniseries, press 1. Have you seen it?
Yeah, I've seen it. Yeah.
Okay. When you can use Adobe Premiere and you have somebody, and if you can't use the person, and I told Faith Factor, I called her when I was in Africa. If you can't use Adobe Premiere and you have a channel, invest in somebody who can. right? That's the difference. If you don't use it, find it the content creator. If you're really a content creator, find somebody where Upwork, Fiverr, somebody long-term you can build a relationship with that can edit for you, because it's going to allow you to differentiate yourself. Whereas a live stream or not, the whole idea about YouTube is being what? Number one thing is being what? Unique, right? Having a product that sets you apart that nobody can catch up with. Here's the thing about live streaming. A lot of people are doing it, and you can be unique in it. That's true. The thing is this, the celebrity junk, I know that you can't catch up to it. There's no way. Dusty News, there's no way you can catch up to it.
Dusty News, that's hilarious.
There's no way. There's no way that somebody's going to buy a Panasonic G9, have somebody to come in and film me behind the green screen, and then put all those effects in it. There's absolutely no way you can compete with that show. Why? Because I know that you're not going to do the work to do it. You're not going to put the money into the team to do that, for a fact. And I think what people need to look at is, in the business of what we're doing with the social media content, what is your staying power? And I always tell people, DJ Mustard made an album a few years ago called 10 Summers. And the idea is, can you separate yourself from anybody else with something that is unique that nobody else can do? And in the black sector, I would say that would be the Celebrity Junk. It's not the best show in the world, but you know that show is not going to be replicated in the manosphere. Nobody's going to do that. Jada Black, he was the first guy to come into it, but the comedic ways I do it, with some of the impressions, the booty clapping sound, stuff like that, you'd have to have somebody that's really good in Premiere and pay them a lot of money to catch up to that. You're not going to do it. I know you're not going to do it. So I think that's the thing that people need to look at. How can I, as a creator, have staying power in the business when, here's the thing, you having guys coming into the business now of social media content creation that are good. Guys are coming in like the lead attorney. I have an interview with him today. The lead attorney is a family law attorney that uses what? Adobe Premiere, right? You have guys that are coming in that are accountants that are using what? Adobe Premiere, right? So they're coming into the business already know how to use these things. And if you don't know how to use those things, it's going to be hard for you to compete with the knowledge. And I'm telling you why. Because the more content creators are coming to YouTube because of the economy, using their experience, that means you have more creators. People have less time to figure out who they're going to watch now. And these guys are coming in the game with advanced degrees. They're coming in the game with money. They're coming in the game with professionalism. They're coming in the game taking the business very serious from the day one. Guys are good now. Look at this guy, Anthony Spade, for example. Guys keep telling me about him. This guy's been on a platform for 18 months. He already has like almost 100,000 subscribers. Look at Mediocre Tutorials and Reviews. That's another guy who does reaction videos. But he's using Premiere, right? Now he's making a ton of money. If you look at what's this other guy, the Poor Man's Podcast. Young guy's only been on YouTube for 4 months, but he's getting more views than most guys. Again, that's a guy that's using software editing. So it allows you to expand your platform that you just can't do with just live streaming. You can't. It's hard for a person to really differentiate themselves with a live streaming. And live stream has to be an asset. You can't build your channel based on that, in my opinion. So if you can't do that, you're not going to be able to you're going to be out of the business. Now, the only person that I would say in the manosphere that can do a live stream consistently is Bernard Riley. And the reason why is Bernard Riley is consistent every day. He's going to be there every day. And he has built that community around. If you have a community around what you do, it's easy to have a live stream. The manosphere is one of those places you can do that if it's really good. Ramil, I think, made $80,000 off of streaming, but it's hard doing that. It's hard money doing that, because you don't know what you're gonna make one day. One day you're gonna have to make it could be 1 hour. You might not get the money in 4 or 5 hours. But I think what guys need to do is, in my opinion, I'm gonna be long-winded. It's too easy for guys to catch up if you're a live stream dependent channel, right? It's hard to catch Mediocre Tutorials and Reviews. It's hard to catch a guy like me. Because you have to have that particular strategy to be in the same field. And I think that with the black YouTubers looking at the editing software, if you're a content creator, invest in it, because you're going to have more staying power down the line versus somebody that streams all day.
I agree. Because I do way more videos than I do streaming. I rarely stream, done a couple of text streams here lately, and then stream with Sly and Truth, but without them, we just what was this? Over just done G Lowry and Keep It Techie.
I
just
like D Lowry. He crazy.
huh?
I like him. He's crazy.
Yeah, and then we going do Ciova is gonna be me and Ciova and Keep It Techie, and we're gonna do one on website creation and hardware hardware upgrades and whatnot, but you're right. I say, but those are rare. I don't do them very much. Most of my stuff is pre-recorded, on a different machine and a different location, because this machine, I just use this for streaming and goofing off. But my other machine, because you can tell by the quality of the video that it's a totally different machine.
What you got over there on that machine, huh?
On this one here?
No, the other machine.
The other machine is that Ryzen 9 3900. Got a 2060 Pro. Is on a Aorus Pro 570X Pro motherboard.
X570.
Yeah.
Is it a master?
Hmm.
Is it
It's an Aorus 570 Pro.
It's gigabyte?
Wi-Fi.
Is it gigabyte? Is it or is this gigabyte also? Is it gigabyte?
Yeah. EVGA.
Oh, EVGA. Okay.
Yeah, I got an EVGA and I got an Aorus.
Well, EVGA is the graphics card, the 2060. Is that what it is?
Yeah, but they make motherboards too.
Okay.
Yeah, they make motherboards. Aorus makes
Aorus.
Yeah.
Aorus, EVGA are different companies, right?
Yeah, but they use the same 570 chipset.
Okay.
You can just like I used to use Gigabyte boards, but the place where I get them from, they've been kind of lacking on the higher end 570s. So I just switched, so I switched from them and went to they had the Aorus Pro, and it had all the stuff that I wanted, 3.1, and then Thunderbird for the front header output and all that other good stuff. They had all of that. So I figure, I just went on ahead and switched brands, and then Samsung, my M.2, that got my operating system on their SSD, which is also a Samsung, and that's I use that for a scratch drive. And then I have Western Digital Blacks, and I use those for storage. Yeah, pretty much.
This is the one I have, but I haven't. This one is new. I have never opened it, but I got it.
Not the box. Hold on a second.
Yeah, we're gonna do our nigga flossing over here today. But it's funny you said it. A lot of guys don't want to. They don't spend money. Like the best thing you can do as a content creator, buy a really good machine, guys. Like I really never really want to tell niggas. I was telling people that off the line. But if you can get a really good machine, you got something. Get it. And like one machine like this made me $120,000 last year in Uganda.
Now this is what I thought I had the other.
I see. Oh, that's a good one. No
this is what's in the machine I'm on now.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Yeah,
that one does not. That one's like the Wi-Fi one though, huh? You have to get a Wi-Fi card.
No. This one on. I didn't want the Wi-Fi because I got I got an in-house network. I got my own LAN network in my house.
Okay, yeah, that was a good one.
Because I got a NAS. I built a NAS server. Thanks, Black Avenger helped me guide me. So I built my own NAS server. I got a RAID 6 server in my house.
How much that was a month? I don't even know what that means, but shit.
Oh yeah, I got a NAS server in my house, and I got my own network.
How many terabytes you got in that?
And everything.
How many terabytes you got in that NAS?
Right, I have 8 terabyte NAS drives from Western Digital.
Lord have mercy. So you are massive dynamic. What you talking about?
But I have to have it. I mean, dude, I'm in the sticks. I'm not in the. You know what I mean? I'm in the sticks, so I gotta have and I got my office connected. My office connected. I got both my offices connected to here, and I got the NAS here. At first, I had it in the office, but I brought it here because I got the generator here. So even if the power goes out, you know what I'm saying, my server is still up. Keep it techie.
Keep it techie came back on.
Oh, he up here?
Yeah, what's happening?
Oh, wait, I was trying to talk, clutching the chat.
See the Faith Factor $5 super chat. She appreciates the information.
Yeah, I see the background. It's looking good, player.
Oh, appreciate it. Appreciate it.
Yeah,
So,
that's man. He player. He got to tell man. He got that. Hey, what's going on, y'all? This is Keep It Techy.
yeah,
I got a new video for y'all today, and today we're gonna be talking about the new Linux Mint manipulating it through the GIMP. Okay, now listen, and I mean, like, look at him. He just so cool.
I want to tell the guys, like, if you listen to guys like C Over, I mean, obviously the guy knows what he's talking about. Guys, take this information seriously, you know, because you're not gonna hear a lot of this stuff in Black YouTube, man. Like, a lot of niggas not gonna help you. You know, I'm just gonna be honest. You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of people not gonna like give their system away for free of how they make money for, you know. So when guys try to tell you to, you know, stuff that he's talking about, because a lot of what I hear also, a lot of brothers like, if we tell you it, then you don't believe, like, we don't know what we're talking about, but you would go over to Nick Nimmin and Daryl Eves and shit like that. Like, these guys are just talking about Keep It Techy, you know, Nick. I'm not as really so good in the specs, but when it comes to putting the content strategy system together to put a lot of stuff out, thumbnails, things like that, understanding the business, I think I do that very well. Probably one of the best guys in Black YouTube that do it the way I do. And we try to help guys get into the business with understanding that the best thing that you can do is build a very powerful rig for yourself. You know, well, a lot of guys don't want to put the money in. And the part about it is you can spend the money you have. Where obviously right now it's pretty bad because there's no more graphics cards on the market right now, and that sucks. I wanted to get like a 3080 or 3090, and it's like, you know, the prices are ridiculous. So right now is the time to build a PC. I wouldn't assume, because you just can't get any graphics cards. Even a 1660 Ti. I heard you talking about that, Nick. I bought that for Kim the Comic, and that right now is like $600 right now. And I bought it at
that is crazy.
Right. Yeah, you gotta go. I mean, you can get them on eBay or pre-built companies, but like buying it from the companies, that's a dead issue.
That was good. So right now it's a hard time to build it, but guys, you know, for these rigs, if you're in the YouTube business and you have market for a small audience, and you have a really good PC and you can edit, and if you can get another guy that can edit, just one other guy.
Let me ask you this, O'Shea. Because
that's my problem. Getting another editor.
You pay about 5 different editors. When did you feel comfortable making the move to pay an editor full time to do your YouTube video? And what were the steps you took to get ready to make that financial investment?
So the first thing that I did was I was using the online co-working space called Upwork. It used to be Odesk, which is right there in the Bay Area by you, Troll. So the thing about Odesk is, our Upwork is, they're gonna, when you want to hire a client or hire somebody as the client, Upwork is going to force the person. So Upwork is going to ask you, okay, what do you want your job to be, and what questions do you want this person to ask, and what tests do you want them to be able to do? So I'm going to select Adobe Premiere Pro. I want to see if they're good at Adobe Photoshop. I want to see if they're good at Adobe After Effects. So what Upwork is going to do is take all your requests, and then for the person that wants to be hired, Upwork is going to say, okay, the client wants you to be able to do this. You need to test in these things. So they're going to administer a test to see what their proficiency, and they're going to rank them, right? And so from those things, you know, and I never select America because it's too much money. So what will happen is, Demon was the only person that I didn't do that with, but they're going to, then when you get a client, they're going to be able to show you their portfolio. So they're going to be able to show the scores of what they can do, plus what they can do as far as their resume. You're going to be able to see it. And as the hiring manager or as the client, you can go by, okay, this person like what they do, no. I like what they do here, no. I like what they do here, yes. I like what they do here, no, right? This is why I recommend going to Upwork or Freelancer, because the person, once you put the money up there for the project, they have to do the job. Or are they going to get a bad rating? For me, this is the best way to do things. Because if you go with somebody like your homeboy, Lil Leroy, Lil Otis, something like that, you don't know if the nigga gonna do the work. On Upwork, they don't want a bad rating. They're gonna do the work and they're gonna do it good. So once you can see they're gonna do the rate and stuff like that, then you can have that conversation like, okay, I've been working with you through Upwork because Upwork is taking a lot of their money, 15% of their money. You can then say, okay, let's talk offline, and then like that. With Dima is so good I can pay Dima on PayPal a month in advance. So I just sent Dima like $400 for thumbnails for the month. So I know Dima is professional. He's gonna do the work. Same thing with Kim the Comic and all of those guys. So once we went to Africa, I met Satati through Rode Mai. I was in Kenya. He's working for Dr. Moom at the time, but he went to DSTV for a year. So I was able to pick him up. I had Dima, but he was the one that really turned my channel around. He's the one that created the Celebrity Junk platform for me. So then once we had that template and
you
Dima
made a home run when you found Dima.
Yeah, I made a home run when I found it. Yeah, and anybody can do that. But then I made another home run too when I found Satati, because he's the one that brought me to Celebrity Junk. So then Dima was, if you look at when Dima does Celebrity Junk, his is always different because he has me on the Bart Simpson that's flapping around like that. That's Dima's version. And his music is different than everybody else's. Everybody else's uses Ann James's track, but Dima doesn't use that track. So because Dima wants to make sure his is different from everybody else's. So like the Michaela Pink roast and the Samora roast, those were Dima's. So if it's really funny, it's always Dima. Dima is the one that does all the funny shit. You know what I mean?
That was hilarious. Poor Samoa.
So the thing is that once you have the first person, as you have a person that has, if you're not the editor, if you have all the templates, outro, intros, lower thirds, things like that, you have that in the business. The next person that comes in and sees how it runs, it's easy for them. So Dima was the person that created all the templates. Dusty News, Hit the Wall, Third Spots, everything but the Celebrity Junk. But once Tati came in and saw Dima's thing, he's able to follow it. Like, okay, it works like this. Like, here's a style of editing it that's for your channel. So customize it like that. Once I got Satati and then Kim the Comic, who I'd already worked with before but never editing, he was able to see all those templates, and then you're able to set up a system. So Kim is a trustworthy guy. So obviously, he was living with me during the pandemic. So unlike the nigga wasn't gonna be able to go nowhere. Now I confront him the money before the month comes, because if you don't turn in the work, I ain't gonna give you no more money. So they're gonna do the work, right? So the thing is, situation is that put the people in a situation where all the money comes to you and they have to do the work to get the most money. And the best way you can do that is through a platform like Upwork. If there's trust in the business, then you can do that. Now, I will tell you this: if you have a really talented editor like Dima has a 3900X. We build him a machine right now. If you're making money on your YouTube channel and your editor doesn't have a great PC, buy it for him. Like, guys don't believe me. Well, you're supposed to do that. Buy it for him. Why? Because all they're gonna do is use that PC to make more money, right? So buy it for them. If your channel is making $5, $6, $7, $8 a month, like, look at it as a partnership in the business. Whereas if you're doing good, okay, I'm gonna buy you like Dima. Dima has the Asus X570. I want to say ROG Strix motherboard, something like that. He has the X5. He has a cooler power supply. He has the chipset. And we're gonna have to supply the other things too. But buy it for them. They're gonna be, you're gonna have more faith in the business, more trust in the business. Once you have that, you can. My editing budget every month runs me about $6,000. But you can make a lot of money in the kind of content that we do. So that's what I would do. The first person you want to get as the editor is the person that can create all the templates for your ideas. So intros, outros, if you want to do that. Lower thirds, if you want to do that. Certain things, certain ideas, like the Celebrity Junk is different from Dusty News, which is different from, and you can grow in those templates, right? You want somebody to organize all your templates if you're not the editor. Then get the next person. This is just like running a small business. And then once you have the person that has all of those things, it's easy for you to get the next guy in. Then you scale up. And then once you scale up, they're able to get faster in the business. They're able to do this in the business. And especially if they're good at Photoshop, they can make thumbnails. So it's all about, and it doesn't have to cost that much at first. But secure the first main person outside of you.
Can I cut in?
There's some days you want to.
Real quick?
Yeah, go ahead.
Real gamer, it's costly. The thing is that you have to make sure that your channel, the things like, what O'Shea is describing is just scaling your content creation up and including people to alleviate you, to allow you to do like the creative process of the content creation. So yeah, if you're not making $1,000, $2,000, $3,000 a video, yeah, you're not on Upwork looking for an editor. You know, you're not looking for a thumbnail person. You're doing the thumbnails yourself, and then you're outsourcing that to different companies or different people who do the thumbnails. And then once you're making more money, then you can look in to see if you want to get an editor in. Like I wouldn't like if you're not making money off your channel, you're not outsourcing and putting out money when the money's not coming back in. So when people talk about scaling, people hear money without making money and say, "Oh, I can't do that." You got to make sure you're making money on your channel first. When you're making money, you video. I don't want to edit. Let me find an editor now. Or I'm making $1,200 a video now. I don't want to spend an hour making a thumbnail. Let me find somebody, or let me outsource the thumbnail making process. And then you
And that's
scale up from there. You just keep scaling up.
Right. And that's exactly how all the big YouTubers actually get once they get to a certain point.
Yes.
That's exactly the process that they follow. I mean, you can look at MKBHD. When he started out, he was doing his own videos, and he scaled up to a team, and now he has the full-time editor that actually edits all his videos so he can focus on creating the content that's needed. So exactly what you guys were saying. I was just gonna add that.
Yeah, let me just add one last. Go ahead, brother.
Get a money thing. They just when they hit a money aspect, it kind of gets jumbled in their heads, and they kind of forget the middle part.
And let me just say this, brother Ciova, because you make a great point. The brother is concise on what he's saying. A lot of guys got to understand that not only, okay, for example, and let me explain something that also goes on with the manosphere that maybe some guys don't understand. There's a lot of backroom deals that are made to add value to one's channel. So let's say, for example, I brought Ron Wheels on. So, the same deal that you make with editors, you make with content creators. Same thing with, let's say, I've been doing a lot of Thaddeus Matthews responses. So those responses make pretty good money. So what do? I kick him back what I'm making also. Those things happen. Same thing with Kevin Samuels. Matter of fact, I got to pay this Kevin Samuels tax here pretty soon. I call it the Kevin Samuels taxes, which is I'm making money off of his content. And so to keep the relationship, not to keep it going, but out of respect, right? We have those deals with content creators behind the scene. That same thing. LAR movie comes to the Brother Pill. We do content splits. So as much of the business as guys don't understand that happens, and I'm just giving you like really details. You need people in the business that you have the ecosystem economy around. That's why the manosphere is so powerful, has so much money. A lot of guys don't understand this. The guys that are really good, there's a lot of money that comes in behind the scenes. There's things that people do for each other. Let's say Minister Jap, the intro, we made the intro for him. It was no charge, right? But there's certain kickbacks. He might shout me out, I might shout him out. So as much as you want to scale up with the editors and creation too, there's also a systematic idea that YouTubers have with other content creators that we use, the ones that we are more close with. But just to say what he's saying, we'll see over it, and he brilliantly summed it up. You start off with what you can afford. Okay, start off with what you can afford. The next thing is that if you read your analytics, you'll be able to see how much market that you can get. Meaning that, okay, I know my channel is, I'm getting these many views with this amount of content. If I were to scale it up, I could do better. Then you might want to work hard for 2 or 3 or 4 months. Like for the Sunday Rumble, I did streams for 2 or 3 months to save up to buy my next PC. So sometimes what you want to do is when you go to Upwork, if you want an editor, say if your budget is $500 a month, what you might want to do is if you need $3,000, whatever you got to do to secure that $3,000 to get to the next business, do that. Okay. You want to be able to secure this editor person for the next 6-7 months. You need to be able to go and get that money saved to go to the next level to the business. right? So that you can go ahead and because the person needs to understand the system. There are going to be some kinks in the business, stuff like that, and to go ahead and smooth that thing out. But yes, you start off what you can start off for. And the thing is for you is like see what your pricing can be. You can put the job on Upwork, it doesn't cost you anything. You see what a guy wants, how many videos that person can do a month. You can price it out, and then you can start saving towards having a guy get the money for it for 6 months. Right? You want to be able to do that. And then you can go and then you can scale the business. It's all about scaling. I went from not having any editors to having just like one editor for a long time to picking up two. Then I picked up the business started doing good. I picked up the third one, right? And then I picked up the fourth and then the fifth one. So now we have 5, and then we have a girl that's learning, right, in Uganda. So you have this situation. So now you have a guy, let's say, struggle with. We have that person only does special projects now. You know, they don't have to do celebrity junks all the time. And then you know that whenever you want, you have a good system of communicating. As long as you have market for your content. Because see, YouTube and Facebook videos are some of the only places that I know of. It could be more. But all you need people to do is watch the video to make money. They don't have to super chat you. They don't have to do, listen, as long as they watch, right? If you have market for that, this is one of the only businesses in the world. You can make $1 million or $500,000 or $100,000 or $50,000 a year. As long as you got market and you want to put it up, they're going to watch it. So I just wanted to add that on there.
Hey, how's Wody doing?
Man, Woody Myers making like 50 grand a month, man, like 60 grand a month. I talked to him yesterday.
Good out there, because he is on somebody else's thing, and I hit him up, and he said I was read his comment to me in his voice. That name looks familiar.
yeah.
And I said, man, it's Nick Taylor from O'Shea's channel.
You know, he's done some things, man, I've never seen anybody else do in Africa. The guy
Randy asked about you too over in China. The brother that's in China, he asked about you.
Oh, you're talking about Randy Flagg?
Randy Flagg, yeah.
Yeah. What in mind, man? Like, I think every Nigerian business that he went to, he's making like $5,000 per video cash, not even including ads.
Damn.
Yeah, and he won't even talk to you unless you pay it. Like, you gotta go to the account. Yeah, and then somebody will call you. So that dude, man, he's built a really, and like I said, social media allows you so many things to do.
And he got the gap.
Right. So guys, you know, in the manosphere, the market is like we're still underserved for the guys that we can reach. We still need more creators. You know, if we had 1,000 more creators, it wouldn't be enough. That's how much market that's out there.
That's one of the main things that I've always said is that instead of focusing on, you know, cliques and organizations and hierarchy, just encourage people to create. You'll get more out of it if you just encourage people to just create instead of trying to create coalitions and hierarchies and structures that people have to follow. Just encourage people to create. The more people you have that create, the more opportunities you have for more people to come in so that they can become creators as well.
I mean, you're right. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm involved in cliques and hierarchies, you know what I'm saying, myself. But the one thing that I try to do is be open to a lot of different types of creators. You know, and I try to work with everybody that I can that's good. So that's the thing. The number one thing is whatever you do, a lot of guys get focused on the money. I was going to go to McGeorge School of Law, and I think Grandmaster Troll knows that school. It's a law school in Sacramento. And at the time, lawyers were having a hard time finding jobs in that economy. And so I was concerned. I said, well, listen, I want to go to law school, but, you know, what about finding a job? He said, listen, if you're a good lawyer, you're going to find a job. Worry about being good. And that's one thing I would tell people. A lot of people on YouTube, they look at the money, they look at the subscribers, look at all of that. Worry about being good, especially in the black sector, which is more easier to penetrate than, you know, if you're competing against white guys in tech. If you're in the black sector, we know the blacks are not going to take the business as serious as the whites are going to take it, or the Asians. Unfortunately, that's just what the reality is. So I will tell guys, worry about being good. Worry about being good on your content strategy, your uploads, worry about being good with your demographics, who you're trying to talk to, get your sound together. You know, all of those things, worry about having the correct infrastructure around the system of how to run the business, how the day-to-day organization of the business works. Worry about that. And then once you can do that, everything else take care of itself. So many guys are worried about money or how much they made on super chats or cash apps or something like that. But they don't worry about being good and they find themselves out of the business when things are not going their way. But for me, I try to worry about like, okay, not being maybe monotonous, although it's hard not to do that. I try to be good. I try to spice it up. I try to have a level of value. That's another thing I'll talk about too. Where's the value in what you're trying to do? A lot of guys don't look at adding value to, you know, thing about medical school I learned is why is this the right answer? Not that it is the right answer, but why is it the right answer? You have to understand what you're doing and why you're doing it. And if you look at YouTube, it's why are your videos doing this way and why it's not. Understand why you're doing something. A lot of brothers don't do that. So if a lot of brothers worry about being good, not focusing on, oh, well, this person's channel is blowing up and mine is not, getting upset behind other folks' success, don't worry about them. Worry about you. What can you do to change the business?
There it is. There it is right there.
Now, O'Shea, let me ask you
Spoken
this.
like a poet.
Let me ask you this, O'Shea.
Yeah.
So what if the content that you make doesn't resonate as well within the area that you're trying to promote your content? Right? For instance, my channel. A lot of my videos don't really resonate within Black YouTube. I try to make it resonate, and it seems like I've stagnated because I try to push towards this area or this demographic, so to speak. And I think I could probably grow better outside of this community if I focused on pushing and working with other people outside of the manosphere and Black YouTube. What
I
are your thoughts?
suggested that to him in the tech field when me and you and Black Avenger done the first stream. I said, with as smart as you are in Linux and the operating system and manipulating it, I'm like, bruh, if you step away, I ain't saying leave. Don't get that, because then you leave me, I'm gonna hunt you down and I'm gonna stab you or something. But I mean, but it just to expand out, because then that your finances will probably come in by you just doing the exact same thing you already doing.
Because
And
I've had opportunities with people outside.
Game knowledge.
Yeah, because I've had opportunities with people outside of the manosphere, but I've been, I don't know, trying to focus on really helping people in the manosphere try to get into tech and get into, this unique area that I talk about. And it's kind of, I think it's kind of stagnated me. I've started working with other people more recently, and that's why my channel has started going up. But I still, like the people in this space. You know what I'm saying? And I want to push the stuff towards the space, but I don't know.
Let me say this. I'm looking at your videos right here. So I'm looking at Ubuntu install, so simple. My 11-year-old can install it. Why use Linux over Windows? Signal privacy friendly WhatsApp alternative endeavor. So what happens is what YouTube does. YouTube, they don't be like, well, this guy is in the Black sector. So what happens is like with YouTube, you do your video. YouTube is promoting the video to everybody who wants to click on it that's interested in Linux. So if a person's interested in Linux and they see Ubuntu install, so some of my 11-year-old can install it. What's going to happen is what is Ubuntu? I would have no idea what that is unless I was already involved in Linux, right? So for a person that doesn't know the value of Linux and I get recommended that video, you're talking to a very discrete amount of people that can understand what you're talking about. So then, and then for your titles, you're having an issue with your titles also. And then I think also that the value of Linux and understanding programming, if you want to relate it to an African American audience or to an urban audience, Then now we have to take your expertise and then broaden the whole. We're broaden the content strategy because 99% of people don't understand Linux. So then now we're going to talk about how learning Linux is going to change your life, right? If you want to reach the black audience. So then if there's a guy that's living in the, like, okay, for example, I did a show with Edie and Cole. Nobody cares about restaurant business, but he has a restaurant in the Dominican Republic. And can you let me share my screen, all right? And let me do one thing, Troll. I want to share my screen and let's see here. So I'm on your channel right now, but let me do Edie and Cole O'Shea. So this one, beautiful women, big money, and why black men are moving to the Dominican Republic. In that, we talk about the restaurant. So with the African American audience, it has to be, Linux has to be associated with lifestyle change. If you want people who are not in Linux, what is the benefit of taking Linux during COVID? Something like Linux, learning this, it's like, I don't know, job proof, recession proof. Something, you have to get tricky about how you position, how you have to sell the value of Linux to the audience for people who don't know it, to get them interested on, this is what I'm able to do. People who are able to live like this. All those things have to be, Linux has to be associated with lifestyle change. Because if I'm looking at your channel by your titles, and your titles are telling me a story that, okay, I'm dumb. Like when I look at your channel, I feel stupid. Like I don't know what I'm talking about. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I feel like I have no idea, like you're much smarter than me. You understand what I'm saying? So if you're trying to reach somebody that's not African American or somebody that's not in Linux, everybody has to sell the value of what it is and how life-changing it is. Because right now in coronavirus, what are people looking for? People are looking for things that change them lives, that gives them lifestyle security, that helps their children. Those are the emotions and that you need to talk to in the content. Is you hit those emotions, right? And that's how you connect with people, by hitting the need of security, the need of family, the need of providing for yourself, the desire of wanting to live overseas, desire to want to be autonomous. All of those things into your content. Now it's a new strategy. Just bought a new car because of Linux. So guys like, oh shit, now I need to take Linux serious. Versus like, I'm doing the Ubuntu install and I have no idea what the fuck is that? You know what I mean? So a lot of times when we look at the black sector, like we have to also understand the black sector or the white sector. It's just as like, it's about positioning of how you do it, right? And if I had the Linux channel that you would have, I would have a different title or a different concept. I wouldn't know what you're talking about, but I would use your skill set to make it more broader to pull people in and get them to learn on the entry level. Because most people don't use Linux. They use Windows or Apple. Even if it was a Windows install, you're talking to people who don't give a fuck about that unless they have a problem.
Yeah.
So I think you have more of a content strategy problem than maybe niggas is only watching my stuff.
I got you.
Yeah.
Yeah, because Linux dudes, the Linux family tend to know Linux. The guy,
right.
He tends to know. Like I made a meme, keep it techie for him, on the Linux. What was that? 2 days ago? Yeah, but it's for the guys that's outside. I would probably think, like you're gonna have to put Linux and Windows in the same title for the algorithm and to catch people's attention, maybe.
Okay. Yeah, and I didn't expect to, even get where I'm at right now. And I'm not trying to make this about me because this is, Grandmaster Troll's channel. You know what I'm saying? Talk about,
but
whatever you want to talk about. But I just wanted to, kind of ask that question and see what your thoughts were. So I'll look into my strategy and see what I could do to probably change it.
Yeah, a lot of it, even with us, is like the strategy. Also, too, one thing you can do is people want to hear testimonies or interviews. And I see you have guys like that, right? And I think like if I'm a person that's in Linux and I'm in the Linux community, how can I use somebody in the Linux community that's can come in and create content with me about how they were doing before they started doing Linux, how they're doing now.
Mhm.
Then that's something that's relatable to anybody. Somebody that's maybe that's, you know, let's say if I don't know if they still have C++ or something like that, but let's say if somebody's in a different field in tech, right? That'll hit home to them. If a person can talk about that, you know, then it's like, oh, okay. Now I'm able to talk about, and you want your content to be as broad as possible to reach as many people. So if you can use people in your community about how it's changed their life, and then kind of maybe you can have some of those advanced topics, but then bring it back to the people that don't know what you're talking about. Like think about that. Like
Mhm.
most people on YouTube are not at your level. They have no idea what you're talking about.
Yeah, I got you. I
And
got you.
then,
And that's another reason I kind of incorporated. Well, I started incorporating live streams where I bring in people that work in the IC field and do an interview where we talk about, and they could work in other areas from Linux. You know what I'm saying? And just so. But anyway, I got you.
yeah. So I think a lot of times people are having you know, look at like Kevin Samuels, right? And I use him as an example. He used to complain like, man, I got, you know, in the manosphere, now nobody watches me. But really what happened was Kevin Samuels had a content strategy problem. That's really what he had. He had to work on the next best thing. Right now, my content is kind of capping out. I'm having a content strategy problem. So if I want to go to the next level, then what do we need to do? Then maybe I need to get with, you know, somebody like Brian D. Johnson, or sometimes I take advice from certain people because I know my level has gotten me here, but maybe I might want to seek somebody who might have another opinion. Sometimes even a person that's a brand strategist can help you with where maybe certain things they don't even know concept, but they can look at you and say, well, what can make my channel more unique or more different? So sometimes you can do that. You can get somebody that's a third eye to come in and look at your channel, and then they can give you an idea. Roberto Blake, people like that, and you'd be surprised how far YouTube coaching can take you. You know how it can take you to the next level. I've had people that I paid look at what I'm doing to give me their advice and see what I can do to add certain things in, and it helps. So before people get discouraged, sometimes you need to go ahead and have that other look of, okay, are my thumbnails telling the story? Same thing too. Are my titles and thumbnails telling what I'm talking about? Because the thing is with YouTube, thumbnails are very important in the algorithm. It's very important. Okay. If your thumbnail is not displaying what's going on in the video, it can be a problem. But if your thumbnail is explaining what's going on in the video, your title is good. You're gonna have, when YouTube starts promoting your stuff, you're gonna have a lot higher click through ratio. So people, the quality of the thumbnail is important. You know, the better your thumbnail is, the better it's going to be for you. So, like for me, my thumbnail game has gotten better, and so it has with Demon. When you get a guy that edits for you, they can do Photoshop. Work on as much as you want to work on the content of that video in your strategy. Work on the thumbnail and the title also. Spend some time working on that. Does your thumbnail tell the story of what's going to happen in the video? And if it can do that, people are going to be able to, oh, okay, a thumbnail's good. I want to hear that. Like, for example, let me talk about, let me share my screen again. I know I'm being long-winded, but I want to just say this real quick. So this thumbnail here, let me share it. Is this it here? Oops. So you guys see the thumbnail right there, right? Like this one?
Mm-hmm.
The Samora one, yeah. So I tried to tell the story of what's happening in the thumbnail, right?
I was dying laughing.
Right. I wanted the clicks. So I wanted to say like same person. So you know what I mean? Like, and I learned that from other YouTube creators. You can learn a lot of that. So try to tell the story in the thumbnail. Then come with the title. Then what you're talking about, try to hook people in the first 20, 30 seconds of the intro. That's important also. The intro, the first 15 seconds. Like, get to where you're talking about, like real quick. You know?
Then blow V8, then finish it off.
Yes.
Got you.
You actually may want to look into captions on your channel. This captions is something that I learned recently that's been going unnoticed. And if you want to rank for, see, your thing is now, like when people that have like consulted with me, like I've asked them like the question, like how invested in trying to reach like the black manosphere or black men are they? Like how invested in that mission are you? So, because I would tell a person, don't sacrifice your channel trying to reach the black manosphere with your content. You know,
Yes,
you're going to die on that hill,
I,
right?
I agree. I agree.
And because Linux, it's so broad, it's broad that you can appeal to all different groups of people. I wouldn't try to make that content appeal just to black men in the black manosphere, because you're niching down in something that's not a proper market. I mean, the only thing I would tell you when it comes to your content is like with the thing that you did with Dewan Lightfoot and the thing that you did with G Lowry, is to incorporate black men who are into Linux into your IT field and have those one-on-one conversations with them in between your uploads. And I would also say that you would also probably benefit from switching up your thumbnails and making them a little bit more colorful, making them pop a little bit better. Like the information is good in the thumbnails, like I can read it clearly, right? If I can see it clearly on the computer, I can see it clearly on my phone, that means that the thumbnail is good. But you would probably benefit from switching things up now, right? Because you've been using the same template for maybe maybe 10 months now, right? So I think that you would benefit from just switching up the color scheme, switching up the banner, you know, just switching, making things pop more, making them more colorful, making them more appealing to the eye. Now, and when it comes to the whole black men, the whole black men thing, when black men see a black man in the image, we're gonna have some form of interest because it's a black man, especially when you do the vids with your son. I would
Facts.
also say include your son in some more, again, with the exposure for children, but include your son into these videos, like for kids in Linux, and include the interviews with the one-on-one conversations with black male professionals in the IT Linux profession, and take a look at your captions, because I captioned one of your videos, and like the word Linux was mentioned maybe like 11 times in a 22-minute video. Maybe you would benefit more by actually saying the word Linux in your videos. So these are things like
I got you.
these are little things that you can all, like, people, we could always like change and look at. But I would tell you again, like I've mentioned, when people can, like I said, when people have consulted with me, like I've asked them straight up, like, how invested are you in that? Because I would tell you, just looking at your channel, like, don't die on that hill trying to appeal to black manosphere with Linux content. Don't do that to yourself. You can appeal to black men. You can appeal to black men in a broad sense without directly targeting them. That's the trick. You can appeal to people without directly targeting them by just giving them the visuals. Like,
Correct.
if black men see a black man with a black son, 80% of black men go, "Oh, he's a black man with a black son. I'm interested, vaguely interested at best, to see what you're talking about." And then it depends on what you're doing and what you're saying to hook them in, get them to subscribe, and get them to keep coming back.
Let's see, we got a $5 super chat from Taz. He says, let's just be honest, do some videos about Cynthia G like everyone else does. You can also use Mr. Fantastic's motto and just lie on Taz and call him a thief.
I saw that.
That went way above my head. I don't know.
Or if you want to target black manosphere people, try and think of a creative way to target black manosphere content creators and use their name and pictures and some of what they bring that's unique to the space, and include that in your video, and they'll more than likely get a black manosphere audience that way.
And the thing with that is, right, is that when you start doing that, you're kind of confusing the algo, because then if like the algorithm scans your channel and says, okay, he does all type of Linux tech stuff, anyone that's looking for the word Linux and anything that's involving Linux, they're gonna send them there, right? But then if Keep It Techie's doing a conversation about Linux with Donovan Sharp, then it's like the computer's gonna look at the channel like, wait a minute, and then it's gonna get confusing. And then that's something I've learned too when it comes to like branching out into different spaces with your content and then trying to stick on topic. The computer's gonna get very confused when it comes to sending people to your channel, because the algorithm is retarded on YouTube, and the best thing that we can do is to make it less retarded. So when you're just trying to mix everything out and trying to include people, again, when it comes to trying to send people to your channel, the algo is going to be confused as to who exactly is going to send to your channel to actually even attempt to watch your videos. That's why I told him, like, you don't want to die on that hill, because you're just going to be up there with all the swords in your chest and shit.
Yeah, that's why I had to make another channel for other stuff, because I screwed up doing exactly what you said. I had my music and tech, and then day-to-day news, you know, current events and all that stuff on one channel, and it just it wasn't working. I had to split it up. And then once I split it up, it kind of smoothed itself out.
Yeah, if you're that invested, just make another channel and do as thou wilt with the channel.
Yeah, and the name of the channel pretty much just because I follow what G Lowry done, because you know he got Tech G, you know, and then he got his regular G Lowry channel.
Yeah,
you know, and we're on his Tech G, just like I got my music channel, the Nick's Tunes. We don't do nothing but music over there. That's it. You know, and whatnot, and I'm glad I done that, because it gotta get that stuff separated and each have their own audience.
Yeah,
if you will.
Just separate that shit, man. You gonna
yeah. I'm the same knucklehead, but each channel has its own audience.
Yeah, man. Just do it like that, man.
But y'all, I'm gonna go ahead and step down. It's 2:45 here.
Okay.
And big boy, one of the big trucks went down about 3 hours ago. Ain't nothing we can do about it, but we drag it up to San Antonio to the dealer in the morning. So I still I'm still on that truck grind too. I can't let it go. But y'all be good. Everybody good. See you, O'Shea. Grandmaster Troll. I hope the little bit I said meant something, helped you some way. Keep it techie. See over. I'll see y'all on our next live stream.
All right, Nick.
Salute, Nick.
All right, Nick. Hey, be safe over there, dude.
Yeah, look, big. You have to come by on my channel, brother, this week, brother. Or make me find you and get shot. I know
hey, you got my phone number. You got my email.
Yeah, I do.
You one of the few people that actually got my phone number. I don't give it out to everybody.
Yeah, niggas is crazy. I'm gonna call you today. I'll wait till you get up.
All right, bro.
Okay.
Y'all be good. Later.
Let me also say this, right? As far as like black men, when the manosphere was first starting in 2015, at least the generation, what we call the second generation, there wasn't really a market, let's say, for a guy like C. Ova, or you see a guy like Dennis Sperling now, or Keep It Techie. Those guys were more or less subscribers, but there wasn't a content market for those guys. But look at 2021. You're seeing a lot of diversity. And what I want to talk about right now is just listen. Sometimes you want to just grow with the market, right? Look at some of the guys that are blowing up now, right? I mean, the market is coming. Now you have Ike. You got the truckers always been big over here. But the thing about it is, a guy like Bernard Riley wouldn't have been able to have a really good channel in 2017. But in 2020, the market is such now that the market is there. He can come in and make, I'm pretty sure, a 6-figure a year stream. None of us could do something like that in 2017, 2018. It was too hard. Now,
oh shit, RBR is up. What the fuck?
Now you have guys that, so if you're a guy that's in the tech space, in the financial space, even the Hall of Game is a hard show to run because you just don't know based on topic. But we can get 11,000 views on a Hall of Game show now, and Keep It Tech can attest to it. So the business content, the tech content, the market is what? It is growing for black men, right? The educated black men. And if you think about it, the manosphere has really always been about educated black men that were speaking their opinion, the nerd of the lane, right? So we have more of those guys than not. And so now you have an attorneys coming into this space. You have T.S. Johnson that's, burgeoning, Black Brain Trust. So a lot of brothers I will say this, the market for our stuff is just getting better. So much so that when Fox Soul email me or somebody, I can tell them I'm not gonna. It's not worth me to show up to your platform. You understand? So a lot of brothers are building really good online businesses based on here. Some brothers consult now. So the support is there. And I want to talk about also build a community around what you do. Brother Ron Wills talks about that. I live that. Everything that we do in this sphere, I build a community around what we're trying to achieve. If you look at the tech community, that's a community. The Bitcoin guys now. I don't do the Bitcoin, but you have a lot of guys in the sphere that are Bitcoin enthusiasts. It's a hot topic in the manosphere right now, right? Bitcoin. You have guys who are into sports. You have guys that are into fitness, right? And you have all of these different communities that can support each other. And then one of the biggest ones is black male travel, right? Travel to Brazil, DR, Colombia. Want to talk about some of the most money you can make on here? Do collaboration talking about going to Brazil, going to Colombia. It's a whole different market. So the community is there for you to build relationships with people. And a lot of brothers have to understand that building the community is not always about getting 1,000 subscribers a day. It's about, noticing people that are there and being good and adding value for the content. You don't have to have a really good stream with somebody that's a big YouTuber to make 100,000 views or to make 40,000 views. The thing is your content good, right? You can take subscribers and interview them. And that's how you build a community around what you do. Build a community around other subscribers. Build a community around other creators. And what the Black Manosphere was a very small community until about 2018. The Sunday Rumble is what pushed the Manosphere into Black YouTube greater, right? And then after that, now you see where the Black Manosphere has gotten as far as on YouTube. Everybody talks about it now, whether it's good or bad. But the whole thing about it is build a community around what you do. Black men are just like anybody else. If the content is good, they'll support it, right? If it's, and brothers really appreciate you taking the time to make a stream good for them. You look at Minister Jap, you look at, Kevin Samuels, some of the guys who have better, the roadcaster and stuff, but the guys appreciate, the sound effects. They like that, right? The brothers are, we're the only guys that have, I would say, a YouTube community of $1 million. I would say probably $5 to $10 million a year that people earn throughout all their, their different levels of earning, different, consulting, merch, and all that. We don't need a woman to support what we do, but that's because you have that community built around what you do. And a lot of YouTubers forsake that. Ramil has a channel of 4,000 subscribers, but he made $80,000 that year streaming. Why? Got a community built around supporting what he does. If you get 20 people every day to give you at least $10, some guys don't give you more. That's a community. So a lot of guys have to understand the community aspect of the community relationship you have with content creators, the community you have with your subscribers, the communities you have, the building people into your strategy. All of that is what makes you successful. And a lot of guys have to understand that everything you do is that you build the community around what you do with value. And if you can do that, you can be in the business. The business will grow. But if you don't build the community around what you do, you can't add value. You can phase out quicker. And, look at adding value to the community. And now if you look at the community, now you have attorneys now. You got all these different levels of guys that have different content. And another thing too is grow with the market. The market is, if the market is there, predicted by your analytics, grow with it. That's all we're at there.
Okay, so we got $10 super chat from Keep It Tacky. Then we got one of your favorites, O'Shea. We got RBR Network. He says $5 super chat. We wrongly assume that people who are running $170 billion companies want to help us when they don't when they don't, they want us to have 1% of the market. I have no idea what he said, O'Shea, but the thing about it, O'Shea, RBR was on Reg the Bad Guys panel. RBR has been on the platform for 14 years, O'Shea Duke Jackson. I told him Jessica X was 11 years old when RBR started YouTube, and he's on YouTube. He's on YouTube working for free, begging 20 people for $5 cash apps, O'Shea. How can we take RBR to the next level? Because you guys invited this man as a community. You guys let him go on panels and he'll rant about Obama and how much he loved Obama and the Russian spies. How can we help out our brother RBR Network?
Man, RBR is crazy, dog. I mean, that's just all I'm gonna say. I don't have time to be dealing with RBR anymore, man. I was dealing with RBR, roasting him 2018. I don't have time, nigga. RBR is just RBR, and again, everything comes back to because see, okay, having a YouTube channel in the black sector of YouTube. I changed my show. Okay, let me just say this: like Taylor Made Dreams, he was living in Atlanta before he moved to the Dominican Republic. And he said that if you go to certain places in Atlanta, you'll see a Chinese restaurant with Chinese writing on the wall and menus. And what they're telling you is, we don't need your business if you can't read this. We expect our community to support what we do. And I've made my content, like even the celebrity junk, I'm always referencing what's good, brother. So black. So I'm already letting women like this ain't for you. So you can come, but it's not necessary for you, right? And so I think what the strategy is, do you have enough market for what your strategy is? Like for example, when I worked for Verizon Wireless back in the day, they would have phones that would only appeal to like maybe 5% of consumers. But they were just saying, oh, if this phone sells with the 5% market, it's still out of money. I think what you got to look at is where's your market for this? If the market is available for your style of content, can you, number one, can you appeal to that market? And then can you flood the market, or can you produce enough content to the market to consume? Every month on the Celebrity Junk, I put out 130 or 140 videos. If I put up 200 videos in a month, it would still not be enough. That would be like 7 videos a day. It would still would not be enough. So once you have market for what you do on YouTube, you really can be rich as long as you can manufacture it. So that's the thing that guys need to do is like, where's my market at, right? How can I broaden my market? If your market is niche, which it can be, but then how can I make my strategy broad where I can make people who were not interested in this make it more interested in this? And if you can do those things, this is the most stable thing you can do if you're good. Like I was in Uganda, man, during the lockdown, and Pan-African content also is a lot of market in that. But I was there, I couldn't even, Museveni you couldn't even walk it, you couldn't even take a car in the street. No Uber, no private car, nothing. The country was completely locked down. Couldn't leave, couldn't do nothing. But at the time, man, we was making like, which was good, exciting for me then, like $600 every day. Now I have never had made at that point $600 a day on YouTube. So, and it was just me and 2 other guys. We just locked in every day. We was just putting it out, and it was stable, right? It was money you could count on. So, guys that understand this is a business, right? You can go from here to, down payment on the house, here, down payment on the car, here. I talked to Alpha Male Strategies. He has $1 million in index funds now. Here to whatever. This is what you can do, and then you can do, conferences, stuff like that, collabs. You can go into different sorts of industries. You can start different things. So the money for a lot of black men for their new wealth. A lot of guys talk Bitcoin, but what about cash flow, right? YouTube is a cash flow business. Facebook videos is a cash flow business, right? It's consistent. You can predict it. So I want to help a lot of brothers in. Hey, here's an extra cash flow that you can do. Like if you're making $600 a month on YouTube, or even $500. Theoretically, you can make $5,000. If you can make $5,000, theoretically you can make $50,000. Right? So if you can do 600, you can do 6,000. If you can do 6,000, you can do 60,000. It's all about manufacturing, and it goes back to Adobe Premiere. Premiere is what gives you the availability of doing that. That is the best software, unless you have like Sony Vegas or DaVinci Resolve, any editing thing. But Adobe Studio, I will tell you, Adobe Studio is the best investment you can make if you're serious. You can, and one of these things, if you're a YouTube content creator, you have $5,000-$10,000 to invest. If you want to split it up slowly, bring on somebody else that's a foreigner. If you can't afford somebody locally, your business is going to change. Learning how to scale the product, learning how to get need for it. The money is going to be there. You can change your life. You can change your family's life. You can change everything. I'm really being honest, bro. So I try to help many brothers as I can in the Black YouTubers Facebook group. The same thing with them. They don't want to edit like they don't want to use editing software. They don't want to do the things that's going to take them into business. This is a boring business. It's tough. YouTube content is tough. It's a grind every day, like any other business. People think that YouTube is easy. It's not easy. It's hard. But if you're going to show up every day, it's a great business to be in. And it's cash flow. It's the best cash flow business out there, I think, in my opinion. One of the top 3.
Ooh, I don't know about that one.
For me, I'm gonna tell you why.
Okay, for you, yeah, I'm
gonna tell you why. You know why? If you want to call it cash flow, because it's not really cash, but YouTube is something that I don't require anything for you to buy for you to be my customer. It's the best business in the world, or a blogger. You don't have to buy nothing from me for me to make money off of you. All I need you to do is watch what I got. That's the best business in the world. Every other business requires a transaction.
The problem with YouTube is that just like that, you can be gone, and that's like a problem for like 99% of the people on the planet, because you can have a channel that's getting $20,000 a day, or you could have a channel that's getting you $2.5 million a month, and out of nowhere, just like that, on a glitch or something happened, the channel gone, the money's gone, the ad revenue gone. You're locked in with YouTube for 3 to 4 months trying to figure out what's going on, what's happening, or due to a glitch, something in the caption system, the computer says you said a bad word, all your videos get demonetized. Now you're making 50% less. That's a problem. Like, for me, that's a problem. Like, I would never sit down and tell someone that YouTube's the best business to do. I would tell them what I tell people on my channel is that you can definitely use your channel to funnel people into things that make you money that's outside of YouTube, like when it comes to the affiliate sales and selling merchandise and providing a product or a service. Yeah, YouTube with funneling into that, that's an awesome business concept. But I could never tell someone to solely rely on AdSense because of how finicky YouTube is and how finicky the system is built.
So you make a great point, but let me use my own experience. I've been on YouTube competitively. There's been one adpocalypse, and obviously, I have Patreon and things like that. But sure, that can happen. You could lose your channel, but what's the likelihood? I will bet that if you have a store or anything, that for anybody in business during COVID-19, that you would lose your business or lose sales in your business before my channel would go down for whatever reason. Now, it's likely that it could go down. It's also likely that it's not. Those are anomaly things, and they can happen. Anything can happen. But last year, I made $300,000 with all my platforms. YouTube being $260,000 of that money. So if anybody that could make $260,000 with nobody paying you, then I like to see that business. Now, obviously, every business has a problem that can happen in the business. Sure, You know, if you have a store, it can get robbed. You know, if you have a Bitcoin investments, it can crash. That's true. And I get what you're saying, because what you're saying is correct. It's good to have these things that outside of YouTube, and you're right, right? That can go outside of those things. That's definitely true. But when it's going, ain't nothing better than if you can get it going, right? Because you can take that money, like I was saying, and do other things with it. If you want to have money to be able to have the flexibility to do other things, this is where you can do it. You know what I mean? Like if you need to get that money, because YouTube's one of the YouTube, Facebook videos. It's a place where a person can never have anything, and if you get an audience, you can be on like that. Like look, Alpha Male Strategies went from like nobody knew him in 2017 to 2018. The man had made $1 million in a year. 1 year. There's no other platform that you can do that on in the world. But YouTube. So that's what I don't disagree with what you're saying, but that's what's happening. You know, look at a guy like Kevin Samuels. That guy might make $2.5 million this year off of YouTube. You know what I mean? Off of YouTube alone. So with that money, he can invest in whatever the hell he want to invest in. You understand? Like this is where creators are at right now. Stephon Klink skills, $1 million in a year with all this stuff. Courses, all these things. So what I'm saying is you're right. YouTube is a funnel that leads to that. But like I said, as far as the cash flow, the concept of I don't need you to pay me any money for me to make money off of you. That's a great business. I don't need you to buy shit from me. That's one of the sources. And you know, like I have my Patreon, my merchandise things. Those things still sell. But you're right. I wouldn't disagree with that.
Yeah, well, hey, I just wanted to say this. Appreciate you, Grandmaster Troll, letting me on. Good talking to you, O'Shea, Ciova. Shout out to Nick Taylor if you're still listening, man. Good talking to you. Thank you for all the information you provided. I'm gonna hit you up, O'Shea.
Yeah, man, hit me up.
Yeah, and just talk to you a little more about this. See what I can do to try to get this thing a little better. But I appreciate it, Grandmaster Troll. Y'all have a good night, though.
I see Troll trying to switch it up, man. You trying to do stocks, and you tired of trolling?
No, I'm never tired of trolling. You know, just whenever there's some dead points, you know, I gotta do something else, you know, to keep the cash flow going. That's all that is. Just trying to keep the cash flow going. You know, Kevin Samuels making 2.5 million. Alpha Male Strategies making $1 million.
I would, and probably Bernard Riley. I ain't trying to pocket watch, but Bernard Riley, I'm probably sure he's easy. That one show has to probably be 6 figures a year, easy.
Yeah,
you got to be at least 10 grand a month.
Yeah,
you know.
I'm just trying to get some of the money y'all get. Now, I don't need 6 figures. Just give me 4, give me 5 figures. I'm cool.
Kevin Samuels getting 2.5 GMT. I think you trolling him, you can get about 250,000. I think that's fair.
I would think so. Like if he made $1 million this year, that would be too low for Kevin Samuels, because what he's doing is so remarkable. If he wanted to work 7 days a week, you know, he could do it. But he's going to Instagram. I'm just guessing. He's going to Instagram, posting those videos over there. Every video is 100 and something thousand views. He's getting monetized. So if he does a stream over there, he's going to take all 8 episodes, put them up on his channel. He's getting about...
O'Shea, son of Israel, YouTube earnings considered earned or unearned. I believe they changed that last year for tax reasons. So YouTube's not claiming any of your tax. O'Shea, like they're not reporting. Are they? What is it? They're not taking taxes out for you.
Right. No. Yeah. You gotta pay a shitload of taxes. Yeah, bro. It's a lot of money.
Yeah. You have to. So I would believe that would be on the unearned income or earned income side. Whichever part of the conversation would equal YouTube not taking taxes out of the income that you get.
All right, yeah, all right. Let me just look at this. So Kevin Samuels got 18.75 million views just last month. So if I get 3 million views with the way I put ads into my videos, 3-4 million views on a decent month can run you, at least on my channel, $25,000, $30,000. Normally, anybody in this sector. So celebrity entertainment, if you get 3 million views, you probably can look at $25,000, $30,000, something like that. Kevin has long videos, 20 minutes, 18 minutes, not 10 minutes like me. Multiple ads throughout it. So 19 million views. If you think about his CPM, is higher than everybody's because of his duration. Because the more ads you put and the longer they watch, the more CPMs you can get. Kevin's probably averaging about, my CPM this month was about $8.25, something like that. So I had like 3 million something views. So you end up with like 25, 26 grand. Kevin probably has a $10 CPM, $11 CPM. Plus the live stream money. That's well easily probably over $200,000. Easy. If the minimum. You know what I mean? Like, and that probably not even close. You know what I'm saying? He's probably doing better than that. So that's why everybody hating so much. Because he's making so much money. There's nobody in Black YouTube making money like him. That's not even close. Nobody comes close.
Okay, we got a super chat for Son of Israel. I guess he had a question. It got answered.
Yeah,
and
that was the question.
And Xanatos Clutch. Here's something for the real talk tonight.
Shout out to my YouTube big bro. He was the first person to roast me on on Black YouTube. That's how we became friends. 2015. He was the only person to roast me on YouTube, but I never came for.
Why you give Xanatos Clutch a pass?
Because it was funny. It was like, I take that nigga serious. He was a cool guy. So we ended up being friends. But yeah, man, like I just want to say for it, shout out to CO for giving the game. I'm just glad to see that the guys, there are guys that are earning, like, if you have a regular job, could be $25,000 a year extra, $30,000 a year extra for you. If you're, you know what I'm saying? And it's something that you can always scale, you can always grow. So I want to tell the brothers, man, we have a lack of creators in the business. We need more guys. We need more guys in the business to keep creating, to come in and fill the market. We have a lot of black men that are in other places, Britain, Europe. You got brothers that are in Africa. A lot of, I don't know why a lot of black women watch the Manosphere now. So there's, I guess if you want to do something like that, there's market there too. If you one of those guys that want to have like a relationship for women. I know a lot of guys not gonna like that in the sphere, but you have guys who do that. There's market now in black male content because a lot of guys are funnier, more wittier over here. So if you're good, get into the business, grow with the business. Social media, real estate, content creating is a skill. That's a real skill, right? You can take it anywhere. Look at the normal guy, man. Like the normal guy can come in if he's good. Bernard Riley. There's no more of a normal guy than him. Just putting in the work, showing up every day. Look at where it's gotten him. Just look at Bernard Riley, right? Using StreamYard, no graphics, no effects, but showing up every day. That just goes to show you, and niggas don't want to show up every day. Bernard Riley is a businessman. He's there every day. All you gotta do is be dependable. Be good, right? Be dependable, build a community around what you do. Nobody does it better than Bernard Riley right now. He has a stream same time every day. He's there for business, whether he feel good or not. He's there. He's ready to go, ready to work, and he's puts in his time. And a lot of guys don't want to put their time in. Got to put your time in. He runs his platform very well, and if you can do that, you're in business. I'm pretty sure that that guy is doing very well for himself. So I will say that, guys. Thanks for having me on, brother Troll. To see over, you dropped a lot of gems, brother. Yeah. You're a very intelligent man. You have this thing figured out, man. I might need to get some advice for you myself, brother. So okay. Thank you so much for helping the brothers out, and yeah, man. Hopefully we can do this again, and we're gonna open up a Zoom call for Black YouTube creators again. Not maybe this week, but maybe start next Sunday, where we let all the guys come in. We'll all talk strategy. We'll all see what we can do to help each other. Even me, I want different suggestions on, adding some things. So we'll try to do that on like Sunday nights. And we bring in the guys like Kevin to come through. Guys that you would never be able to really almost talk to on a Zoom call, but they'll come through. Like last time we did it, all the big guys came through that we invited. So you'll be able to talk to the guys. Like that's really killing it. We get Stefan on there, maybe get AMS on it. Guys that you would never be able to reach come in and help the guys. So thanks again, bro.
All right, no problem.
Okay.
Take care.
Peace.
Boy, oh boy, GMT. All it took was Theo to ask you a question about Adobe Premiere.
Yep, that's all it took. That's all it took. We got a whole bunch of game to add. So I hope my boy RBR was listening, man, because I'm trying to get RBR paid, but he don't want to listen.
Bless his heart, man. Bless his heart, yo. That's what happens when a technician get technical. The shit blew up. Yeah, man. Hey, man, it was a great conversation, man. It helped me because I was fucking around doing some other shit, and I tuned into the topic of the convo, man. So that was good, man. That was a great conversation, man. And GMT, I wanna let you know something too, right? Because I know you said this before on your channel. Like when you're doing content like this and you don't see people show up, that's not a detriment to black people or that Negroes don't want to see the content, right? Because people subscribe to you because you're called the Grandmaster Troll, not the Grandmaster Content Creator, Tips and Tricks, stock maker, car enthusiast. You know what I'm saying? So give the people a break, man. If you're doing something different, a lot of people not in the chat room, man. They subscribe to you to
watch me troll and dox people,
go, man. There we go. All right, so let them live. But anyway, man, I'm gonna shimmy off out of here, man. I catch you on the next one. It was a great, interesting conversation. Till next time.
All right. Yep. So y'all know who. I'm gonna see which camera looks better. Oh, it's not working all of a sudden. Yeah, but anyway, you guys know who it is. I'm getting ready to close this one out. I'm going to finish working on that vlog. I'm going to see if I can have it out in the morning. And if I wake up early in the morning and do my Bernard Riley hard hat and hammer, you may get a stream for me in the morning if I'm able to wake up. But y'all know who it is. It's your boy, the Grandmaster Troll. Shout out to the people who donated. Taz, Xanatos, Son of Israel, O'Shea, Keep It Tacky, Nick Taylor, RBR came through. Thanks for supporting this channel. Justin came through. The Faith Factor came through. But y'all know who it is. It's your boy, the Grandmaster Troll. Peace.